Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mundane Matt, and I'm live, I guess. Let's see. Yep, okay, I'm good. I'm good. Hey, what's going on, Comic Exchange? How you doing, man? Surprised the surprised Carrot isn't here. Usually, she's first. She likes to let it be known that she is first. So, just give it a couple minutes. Let people jump on in after I share this on the Twitters and whatnot. If I can get this over to Facebook without it being entirely. Why is it still? God damn it! Fucking Facebook. Facebook always fucks around and like doesn't ever change the title of the stream, and it's just like the embed is always whatever. So we're gonna like post that and shit. Hey, what's going on, Kenneth? How you doing, man? I'm doing all right. Just got home from seeing The Fate of the Furious. Figured I would do a stream for a while, and then do a review for $3 Eater. So, what's going on, Video Crook? Why fuck me? Fuck me? Fuck you? Oh man. All right. Let me post that there. Okay. We are live and in charge. But oh my god, what a day it has been. How have you guys been? Been having a good one? Just getting ready for my move and all that jazz, and that's officially kicking off tomorrow. What's going on, Vaporgistic? Northern Lion. I think I know who Northern Lion is. So, who do I main in Melee? I don't play Melee, so no one. I don't know, AV Sandy Neck. It's whatever comes up, really. So, Kenneth, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the streams. I have a lot of fun doing them. I've been doing a lot more recently, and it's definitely good times. It's good times. I like it. Um, when people said family a lot, but like I thought about trying to keep track while I was watching it, just to like see if I could remember how many times it was said. It was said a lot, but not an overbearing amount. Like in the trailer was like family, 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 family. And then the movie was still had that theme very much intact, more way than ever. Cyrus, yeah, I'm gonna be streaming a lot more. I don't know, given everything that's going on with YouTube, I'm just gonna do more of this because this is fun and I can enjoy myself doing these. So, and then also given the fact that I'm moving in a couple, like tomorrow officially, and I'm gonna kind of like not have everything set up for a while. So this is kind of a way to do it. So, the end chat kept going last night. I looked in a little bit and saw people still chatting for a while. And then like I just went to bed. So, Comic Exchange. I'm gonna definitely do it. I'm gonna definitely do it. It's last night kind of killed me though. Like that was the whole thing. Like last night when I got like the update on the how much I earned the day before, I was just like, holy crap. That was one of those moments where it's like just knocked the wind out of my sails. And that's one of the reasons why I only did like one video today. So can those movies just die? Demon Turtle. The Fast and Furious movies make a shitload of money. So probably not. They're definitely going to do two more films. They're going to finish up the trilogy. This is a new trilogy of movies. So it's definitely something to keep an eye out for, because the thing is, they get bigger, they get crazier. Spider-Man, god damn it, I'm not saying that. When are you going to get cummy nummies from me? I don't know. All right. They didn't make a lot of money when Vin wasn't in them. Exactly. But I will say this though. Wait, oh, they did wait, who did a fucking, where did Baby Driver play tonight? I would have probably gone to that over Fast and Furious, only because, only because Fast and Furious comes out on Friday and I can go see it, and Baby Driver's not till June, and so I would totally see that early. Fast and Furious is like it is like Transformers with car movies. I would actually argue that Fast and Furious at this point is more like if Bros met G.I. Joe. Like, imagine like 21, 22 Jump Street, like those characters in a G.I. Joe movie. That would feel to me kind of where the franchise has gone. And that's not a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination. Alice M, I don't know if they're going to go to space. I saw that article. I don't know why I haven't covered it on 3 Buck Theater yet, but I saw that and I was just like, after watching this one, it kind of makes sense that that might be happening. Just because they are straight up, like, I think running out of ideas. They've done some, they did shit in this movie that you would not expect to see in a movie that was originally about street racers, hijacking shipments of DVD players. It has gone so big, so crazy, so over the top. And it's still fun. And it's still some great character moments. And that's the whole thing. People go to these movies because they like the characters. But I will honestly say that Paul Walker not being in this one, you could feel that his lack of presence wasn't there. And that was definitely something that was sad, because I'm a Paul Walker fan, and I was pretty bummed about that. And Dark Soul Destroyer, I do not watch anime. I'm sorry. Status say no when I tear up the roads. Oh, is that more BioShock stuff? Demon Turtle, I did not watch Drunken Peasants just because I was at the movie. What did I miss? Oh, okay. Baby Driver was in New York. All right. Here's the thing, Mr. Wise Ass. If they take Fast and Furious to space, it probably won't be actual space. It will probably be like a low Earth orbit situation where they're flying things through low Earth orbit, and then that's probably what I think is going to happen, is that whole thing. But in the meantime, it's like, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what that shit's from. I'm pretty sure Spyman's trying to get me to say a lot of things that are going to come back to haunt me later on. Did they mention Paul Walker? Yeah, they mention him. They mentioned him a couple times, but nothing in like a a bad way. It was touching, but it was also kind of like, why isn't he here? And it's like, well, this was a reason why, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, like reminding everybody why he's not there. Why the character of Brian O'Connor isn't there. But yeah, there's like pretty much yeah, they do a lot of crazy shit in that fucking movie. My only real complaint is that I felt like it's way too much CG. Like the whole last act of that movie with everything on the ice was like part practical effects, part CG effects. And the CG is just like, I don't know. It was, it was good. It was good. It won't be like Moonraker, but with cars. It's entirely possible, Green Yoshi. It is entirely possible that it could be like Moonraker, but with cars. Will I ever do a video with Rich again? Yeah, sure. I just have to talk to him and see what's going on. Where does it rank in the series? It ranks, let's see. I would say it probably ranks like 5th in the series, because in my opinion, it's like Fast 5, The Fast and the Furious, Fast and Furious, which is number 4, then Tokyo Drift, then number 6. God damn, there's so fucking many of them now. Like, I was trying to figure out like storylines, because this one brings in a lot of shit. I don't want to say too much because I haven't, there's spoilers and everything. But it definitely brings back in a lot of stuff from previous movies. Except for Tokyo Drift. There's really not a lot from Tokyo Drift. But other than that, they kind of play back a couple things. Not like the earlier movies, but like the last couple films. Because this to me is not the beginning of a new trilogy, even though that's what they said. This to me feels like the end of this trilogy and maybe the start of the next one. Because this one very much ties into the past couple films in terms of how they set up the villain and how that whole shit played out with the previous movies. So Yeah, and I heard that Han might come back, or Han might come back, which honestly at this point in time makes fucking sense. It is that crazy with how they've gone with this shit that makes total fucking sense. So um so yeah, that's, I don't know what's gonna go down with that, but hopefully some crazy shit will, because here's the thing, is like, people, I remember when Fast 5 came out and there was a whole bunch of people talking shit about it, like, oh my god, it's like so over the top, and they were mocking it, and then like number 6 comes out and they have like a runway that's 125 miles, essentially, but everyone, like, no one gives a shit because like the movies were just fun. um and Wait, Androphobe, is there more developments on He Will Not Do Nothing? Or He Will Not Divide Us? Because I did do a video about Shia in the Woods, or Shia in that museum, which apparently, um, which apparently is like the worst game of hide and go seek ever. Jared, Tokyo Drift was not trash. It was better than Too Fast, Too Furious, which very much tried. Christian, Fast 8 with zombies is a more accurate description. Um, so, it's in Ireland. That would make sense. The fact that they shot in, oh, are you talking like, oh, it's in Ireland? It's not in Ireland. It's in Finland. That's where Shia LaBeouf is right now. So, yeah, I did see Shia going crazy at a bowling alley and calling some guy a racist. That was pretty funny. Um, that was pretty good. I could see them adding in like Shia LaBeouf to the Fast and Furious franchise for the next movie as like the crazy wild card kid that no one likes but they grow to love. Except that role was actually filled by Scott Eastwood this time, so there's clearly going on with that. Fast 10 needs kaijus. It could happen. Literally, it could fucking happen. Um, But here's the thing. Ultimately, I really enjoyed the movie. Ultimately, I felt that it was definitely a fun film, a fun over the top, total summer blockbuster, everything else. And what's going on, Bogsy? How you doing, man? So I like the movie quite a bit. I definitely want to go see it again. The audience loved it. People were clapping at the end. I mean, granted, they might have been clapping because it was like a free fucking movie. But, oh, Spyman, don't forget, you threw a fucking Grey Goose bottle at my head over some French fries. You fucking racist. You fucking racist. That was so great. Fucking Shia getting mad because a bartender threw a Grey Goose bottle at his head. I'd like to, okay, if a bartender hucked a Grey Goose bottle at Shia LaBeouf's head, that would be assault. That would be assault. And he would go to jail. It'd be a fucking felony, man. Vaporgistic, how is an Angus fingering going to help his mental state? The easiest answer is it's hitting the prostate, so it's just kind of tapping it a little bit, so helps him kind of relieve some of that stress. But I was hoping the shittiest thing though about tonight was like they didn't have the trailer for Thor in front of the movie. I knew they wouldn't, but this weekend when if you go see Fate of the Furious, you're gonna get a trailer for Thor Ragnarok, probably Spider-Man, as well as Justice League. So the reason why my Marvel released the Thor Ragnarok trailer this week is because the people are going to see it in the theater this weekend. Mr. Wise S, a bowling alley that is in Studio City, California, which is a very high-end part of the Valley. God, man. I actually lived up the street from Studio City, and yeah, it's pretty pretentious as fuck. Fast 10 brings time travel. You know what? They could easily go and find themselves racing around the Large Hadron Collider in hopes of going fast enough to create a black hole and travel back in time to save Han. That's a horrible idea, but I have a feeling that's what the plot line of the next movie is. So, like, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. It's just, I don't know what they're going to do with it. They've set up they haven't really set up anything because each movie is kind of self-contained to an extent, right? Like it's kind of self-contained, and then it also is very much a continuation of the previous one. So that's how they make it work. Because, each movie pretty much ends with them all around like a picnic table eating food, like, hey, it's the end of the day. We did a good job. Let's all drink Coronas and fry up some chicken and or grill up some chicken on the barbecue and pray to God about family. Never mind the fact we just killed a whole bunch of people, but we are saving the world. So, or stopping drug lords, or robbing a bank. Wait, no, shit. We can't quite say that we've done good there. So it's very much. Are people are bitching? Wait, people are bitching about the immigrant song and Ragnarok trailer. Really, I didn't hear about that. That's retarded. Um. Oh. Oh yeah, the United thing. Um. Thank you very much, Byman. I do appreciate the trolling as well as the super chat donations. That's pretty nice. Yeah, the United thing. I will talk about the United thing, but I want to have a good conversation first because that United thing will get heated as fuck super quick. What's my opinion on the Gearbox G2A debacle? It's good that they pulled out. It's good that they pulled out. They gave them an ultimatum and they pulled out. G2A is renowned for fucking doing like third-party keys and shit that are fucked up. And it's good to see them called out on their shit because that's anti-consumer practices. Even though the consumers might get a deal, it's also a gamble. And honestly, Gearbox probably needs the good press at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if it was somehow a ploy from Randy Pitchford to like, make them to be the good guy. Because when's the last time? Just in general, think about this. When was the last time we thought about Gearbox software in the positive? When's the last time that happened? And the answer is, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute, right? And so there's that. Probably Androphobe. They might be. Comic Exchange. Yes, I know why people hated Man of Steel, because they don't like good movies. No, people didn't like Man of Steel because it was a bit of a departure from the character of Superman that they've come to know and love. And I get that. I understand that. Me personally, I enjoyed the deconstruction of the character. I really loved it. I love the idea that what if God was here? And, what if God lived in the Midwest? And what if God's parents were like, fuck, we don't want our kid taken away. And so we just want him to live this normal life and not be what he's meant to be, which is the entire arc that he goes through as a child and why he fights against what he is because of the fear that his father bestowed upon him. And I thought that was a really interesting way of taking it. Never mind the fact that I just really enjoyed the movie. And I liked Batman v Superman, the extended cut, not the theatrical. Yeah, the advertise. Well, here's the thing, Green Yoshi. I saw the first trailer for Man of Steel at Comic-Con 2012, and I was like, oh god, it's fucking horrible. I didn't care for it at all. And then I watched all the other trailers that Warner Brothers released, and there were 10 trailers in whole. 10 trailers for that movie, and one of them was like 3.5 minute long, kind of like super trailer, and I still was not interested in the movie. And then I'm at my theater, I'm at the drive-in, we get the movie, my coworker and I sit down, we start watching the movie after it gets started and everyone gets settled, and we watch the first like 20 minutes of it, and we're both like, holy shit, the fucking Krypton scene was dope as fuck. And we keep watching, and then I'm like, I gotta come back and see this goddamn movie. So like 2 nights later, I took my girlfriend to go see it. We both really liked it, and then I even went back the next week and I watched it again with my best friend. And I own the movie on Blu-ray, and I've watched it a few times. I fucking love Man of Steel. It's in my top 5 for 2013, hands down. No, Mitzi Moore, I don't breathe as much as I probably should. Christian, Wonder Woman is going to make big money, man. Big money. Don't let those articles about it like, oh, it's going to like, only make $80 million. I did a video about this on 3 Buck Theater, and I looked at like the June totals for the last 3 years, and you can see that it's like nothing really grosses past 40 million in its opening weekend, other than Disney movies and Transformer movies. That's it. I ain't shitting you. And so Wonder Woman pulling in 80 is actually really, really, really good, considering it's double the average. So, Okay. OG Shively. All right. Okay. OG Shively. This is a challenge. I can actually do this. He says, seriously, explain the plot of any Fast and Furious movie 4 onwards. I can't do it, and I've seen them all multiple times. Got it. Got it. Okay. Retro Hunter, I'll get to you here in a second. Fast and Furious 4, aka Fast and Furious. Brian is back working with the FBI. He is using Letty to track down, fuck, I forget the name of the goddamn villain, but he's a drug runner out of Mexico who uses tunnels underneath the border. He uses racers to transport drugs. At the same time, Dom learns that Letty is alive, or learns about how Letty died and wanted to go take out the guy who did it. So that's why they team up together in order to fight back against the drug lord. Right. That's where they also meet Giselle. Now in Fast and Furious 5, they break Dom out of jail. They flee to Brazil. Okay. While they're in Brazil, they end up being tracked down by Hobbs, the Rock's character. As they're being tracked by Hobbs, they need to go and team up, meet up with a friend of theirs who is, I think, Vince from the first Fast and Furious movie, who is hiding out in Brazil. And Hobbs is chasing him down, and they decide, well, we need money to get away from Hobbs, so the best way we can do this is to go after a corrupt politician who has stored like $130 million in a vault inside the police station. So they call in the whole team. They call in the two fucking dudes from the opening of Fast and Furious 4 that helped them rob the gas liner with Han. They get Han, they get Giselle, they get fucking Taj, so they get they get Ludacris, they get Tyrese, Roman Pierce with his hamburger meat all hanging out, right? And they get everyone back together, and then they plot it and they rob the fucking they rob the drug lord and they escape, but Vince dies in the process. Fast and Furious 6, or just Fast 6, Elena and Dom are basically living, I think, in something like the Dominican Republic or something like that. And Hobbs comes and finds him because they need to track down Owen Shaw. Owen Shaw is basically a fucking terrorist for hire who is trying to go after, I think, an EMP device at the time in London. And they find out Letty's alive, and that's they go and they track her down. And through the process of fighting Shaw, they end up wrecking a huge ass fucking plane. Then you get into Fast and Furious 7, where Deckard Shaw, played by Jason Statham, is actually Owen Shaw's older, fucking way more badass brother who wants vengeance against the team for crippling, essentially, his younger brother, and wanting revenge. By that, he also killed Han. So he comes after them, and then they're also trying to steal the God Hand, or the God Eye. It's God Eye, which is a fucking AI device that allows them to basically find anybody on the planet, and they're trying to keep it out of Deckard Shaw's hands, and they do, and they end up arresting him. And then number 8, I'm not going to tell you guys the plot line of number 8 because I don't want to ruin it. I will spoil it in a review, but there's a lot that goes on in these fucking movies, and I have seen. No. Comic Exchange. I'm not Wikipedia and shit, dude. I fucking love these goddamn movies. And it's great, man. The thing is, these movies to me, I've been watching them since the summer of 2001, when the first movie came out, and I've been loving them ever since. And to me, they're kind of like a warm blanket. They're like going home again. It's weird. The characters have great chemistry. The characters are awesome to fucking watch. They interact great. There's so many awesome one-liners in this movie. So many fucking jokes. Like, this movie ramps up the family humor. Like, you know how it is? Like, you love somebody, so you make fun of them. It happens quite a bit here, but it's great. And I really enjoyed it. So, yes, I am blocked by Steve Shives. I've been blocked. Oh, hey, what's going on, Vene? You got a buddy or 5 that says good things about me? Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. I live my life a quarter mile at a time came up even in this movie and shit. It's a philosophy for all these movies, it's like there's always like a domism in these movies, something along those lines where they kind of like harken back to that original, let's race for pinks and shit. And there's even a scene in the 8th movie where they in fact race for pinks. It kind of goes back to like a lot of the shit. Dude, Radical Geek, Greek Beard, they offend anyone who likes physics and science. They just don't make any sense. What's my favorite scene from The Dark Knight Rises? I don't know. I don't know. I've only seen it one time, and I didn't really, I didn't really care for it. To be honest, probably the opening sequence, just because I've seen that the most from all the memes and everything. Plus, I'm actually very much in the minority here, but I enjoyed the Bane voice. Am I an AIU fan? No. Weren't Transformers supposed to be in this movie? No, it's conflicting. You're thinking G.I. Joe and Transformers. Those are both Paramount properties. This is a Universal property. You'd be more likely to find Fast and Furious meets Jurassic World than you would to be anything else. Or possibly Fast and Furious meets Jason Bourne, because that's also Universal. Yeah, it's Universal. So, um, what's been my most favorite movie so far this year? That would be Logan. So far this year is my favorite. I thought Logan was pretty fucking badass, pretty baller. Liked it quite a bit. Um, in the theater, Bane's voice was very hard to understand, and I think they cleaned that up. I think they cleaned that up quite a bit. Daniel, the music in the score, I don't think the Fast and Furious really has a score, right? Like, I don't think they really have a score. The music was not as good as previous movies. There were some good tracks in there. At one point, I saw this little like 12-year-old kid head banging to like a rap song, which was awkward. But at the same time, it's like, I get it. You're enjoying the movie, kid. Have fun. So, so yeah. So I like Logan. That's a good one. I have a feeling I'm probably going to end up the year having my favorite film be either probably, probably Spider-Man or maybe Justice League. But then again, something like John Wick 2 is going to be hard to top because John Wick 2 was fucking insane. Atomic Blonde comes out in a couple months. That's going to be great. So, have they introduced monster truck racing in Fast and Furious yet? No, they haven't, but that could be coming. That could totally be coming. No, Spy Man, there's no. They're different studios. They're totally different studios. Oh, I totally forgot about Star Wars, Christian Stoleski. Which I am thinking we are going to get a Star Wars trailer this week. Because Celebration is this weekend. I have a feeling that's going to happen. I've seen, really, Google's launching a fake news site to fact check against their engine. That's interesting. Can you send me a link for that? I think that'd be interesting. So, Jesus Christ is John Wick. I don't disagree. That movie was fucking insanely good. I can't wait for John Wick 3. I really hope they make it. Tony, I don't think they're going to do the same thing with Wonder Woman that happened with Ghostbusters, only because Wonder Woman for 75 years has been Wonder Woman. It wasn't like some cheap fucking reboot. So, well, Disney, here's the thing, Spy-Man. Disney is in the business of making money, and they're going to shell out these movies regardless. At least they are letting like Lucasfilm run it. And I mean, it's not George Lucas, it's Kathleen Kennedy, but Kathleen Kennedy's been around since like the 80s. I believe her first movie was E.T. with them. I always thought it was fucking Temple of Doom, but that's just the first time I recognized her name. But she was handpicked by Lucas to handle it. And I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of good stuff. Like Rogue One, in my mind, was fucking great. Can't wait to see what they do with Star Wars Episode 8. Let's see. Radical Greek Beard, you want to know what I thought about Suicide Squad? I'll put it to you like this. Saw it twice in the opening week. Also bought the soundtrack, and I have it on Blu-ray. I like it quite a bit. He needs to mangify me. No, I'm good. Oh, the movie Moon. What was a recent movie that basically was the same plot as Moon? I haven't seen Moon, but I saw the other movie. I forget what it was. Oh no, The Martian. Wasn't The Martian like a fucking the people thought was like a remake of Moon or something? Star Wars: Revenge of the Mary Sue. Oh, I'm not gay. Do I think Marvel movies are losing their appeal? It seems like they don't let directors do their own thing. Hey, RoboP, thanks for coming in, man. Really fucking appreciate it. I think that Marvel has found a way, Tyson, to very much homogenize everything they're attempting to do, and they've got it down to an exact science, and that science at this point actually works for them. Now, granted, they have let like James Gunn do his own thing with Guardians of the Galaxy because it's kind of like came out of nowhere, and I don't think they were expecting it to be as big of a hit as it was, and so they basically relinquished their control to him on that one, only because of how out there it went in the cosmic side of things, right? Or the cosmos side of things. And now you've got like Thor Ragnarok, which very much is taking coloring lessons from James Gunn, as well as homaging Zack Snyder in some of those fucking scenes in the teaser. And they're letting it kind of do its own thing. What I think is going to happen is this: you're going to have your assemble films. You're going to have your Avengers movies, your big team up movies, and those are going to basically kind of fall in line with the same kind of homogenized style, right? But the Russo bros have also taken it to a place where I don't think Joss Whedon could. Joss Whedon gave us a big spectacle film twice, right? And then you get Captain America Civil War, where it felt more grounded, felt more gritty, felt more real, felt more connected. And yes, Joss Whedon laid the groundwork for that, but the Russos have found a way to really, really knock it out of the park. So Marvel will probably get through phase 4 before maybe superhero fatigue kicks in. But as long as they've got Spider-Man and he's kicking out fucking sequels and is tied into the MCU, it ain't going anywhere. So Marvel needs to include Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider. I'm also on board with that. I should play myself dancing again. No, I might. If you guys are nice, I might show you probably one of the things I've made that I am the most ashamed of. And it's like 3 minutes. It is super cringy. Superheroes becoming SJWs and homos. Superheroes in comics are becoming SJWs. Yeah, Comic Exchange, I heard about that. They fired him. I just actually saw his update. I should probably do a video about that. I mean, I only did the one video today. Yeah, he's all like, my career is over. Islam is the religion of peace. Never mind the fact that it's like, he pretty much was happy about the fact that what he was referring to. He got giddy about that shit on his Facebook post originally. So I really don't feel much sympathy for the guy, because he definitely did this shit. He definitely did that shit. God, what's the word? On purpose. He did it on company time, which I don't agree with. Spy Man, I will fucking play it. I will fucking play it. Yeah, Psycho Society. He did in fact kill his own career. I absolutely agree with that. He absolutely killed his own career. That's the kind of shit that happens. It's like one of the Secular Talk is blacklisted. What's happened with Kyle today? I haven't caught up with him. Oh yeah, Valerian in the City of 1,000 Planets. Radical Greek Beard. On I believe it's May 17th. Right? It might be May, or it might be, hold on, I got the article here somewhere on my fucking where is that at? Hold on, I had it. Oh god fucking damn it. All right. Okay, here we go. All right. So, okay, May 7th, okay, May 14th and May 17th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. I don't quite know where, but you can go and check out. They're going to be doing a preview event of Valerian, right? And it's going to be, how long is it? Okay. It's just an exclusive preview, but it's being played with, and this is why I want to go. A 4K remastered version of The Fifth Element. A 4K remastered version of The Fifth fucking Element. Who does not want to see that? 4K remastered, motherfucker. That is a great goddamn movie. So, yeah, I want to go see that. Because honestly, I was not a big fan of Lucy. I wasn't. Lucy had like a good setup to it, but then its ending went to shit. So I really want to see what's going to happen with Fifth Element 2.0. I mean, Valerian, the City of 1,000 Planets. No, Spyman has not made more money for me than the ads, but he's come close. I did fart. I'm sorry. I gotta fucking mute my mic then if I'm gonna fucking toot. That's my bad. I drank a lot of soda at the theater tonight, so that's the whole thing. But yeah, I definitely want to see Valerian. Every time I watch a trailer for it, it looks pretty fucking great. Christians, you should check out Ghost in the Shell. It's pretty good. Yeah, I know. I have a sensitive microphone. I didn't think it was gonna be that loud. That's my bad. uh, that's embarrassing as shit. But oh man. So let's see here. I guess what we could do in the meantime. All right. All right. So I guess if anyone want to jump in and bullshit with me for a while, first things first though, I'm going to Comic Exchange make him a mod because he's here all the time being badass. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Tell you guys what. We'll play. God damn it. Fine. I'll play the fucking dance video. Oh, you guys. I hate you guys so much for making me do this. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. All right. We'll play the dance video. Let me go into my video manager here. All right. Okay. Hold on. Goddamn autoplay. Alright, so it's only 30 fucking seconds. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Alright, hold on. Let me make it bigger, I guess, or whatever it is. Can I make that? I don't know if this would actually give me full screen or not, but hold on. You guys are lucky I like you. Showing you guys my shame. Alright. Bringing that up. Okay, so quick backstory on this thing, and you guys are gonna fucking laugh. Is that I went to a gaming event back in 2007 called called E for All. All right. And yeah. Okay, let's all right, just to okay. Hold on. That's up there, okay. All right. This is let me just make sure the audio is turned up on this thing. All right, this audio is good. All right. Get ready to laugh.
It's time to multiply. Multiply your grooves. Multiply your computing power. Multiply your possibilities. Created with Intel Core 2 Duo processors.
Yep, that's a thing. That happened a long time ago. Yeah, I did this. I was asked to show it again. So there you guys go. Oh, yeah. That's that happened. That was a fun thing. It's fucking horrible. I'm trying to see if I have any other dumb fucking things on here. I know you guys enjoyed seeing some of the stupid shit that I had done the other night. But I haven't done much in a while. I could show you guys this stupid fucking video I did where I tried preaching to let me. Oh, it's 8 minutes long. I won't show that one. I tried getting preaching to Lionsgate to let me direct the fourth Twilight fucking movie. I thought that was pretty funny. Actually, you know what? You know what? You know what? You know what I want to do? You know what I want to do? I want to show you guys this. All right.
Well,
Oh my god,
well,
an ad
well.
played
The cops behind bars.
for fucking. I'm looking at this other video and an ad played and it's for Fast and Furious. Nice. Okay, so I wanna show you guys this particular thing. A couple years ago, I had this idea. I wanted to do a web series, with my friend, and it was called Uncle Secret Agent. And the idea there was that it was meant to be a training video. I have no idea why that's so fucking big. What the fuck is going on? That should not be. Okay. Oh, there we go on that one. All right. So it's supposed to be this like CIA recruitment training video is basically what it is. And we shot 6 of these episodes. This one we shot this in like January 2009, I think, or February. No, January 2009. And so it's meant to be humorous, completely not real. And the description of this episode is Uncle Secret Agent gives lessons on the foundations of the CIA and where it came from. Now, I co-wrote and I directed this, and it doesn't star me, so this is not me. This is Mark. Mark was in my feature film, and he also was Jimmy in Jimmy and Earl's Hillbilly Hunting from the other day that we guys watched. So this is bad. This is cringeworthy bad shit that we tried back in 2009. Check it out.
That'll get that good at time. Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. I'm Uncle Secret Agent, and I'm here to guide you through the CIA Correspondence Course and Mixer. Now, over the next few days, as you go through the course, you're going to learn a lot of essential things that will help make you a more effective field agent. Now, a few brief policies and guidelines procedures that you will need to know as a new agent here. Hot lunches are available from Monday through Friday down in the cafeteria. Another important thing to know is if you do come across any kind of intelligence that's essential to the safety of the nation, this does have to be processed through the proper channels before being handed to the essential agency personnel that needs it. Allow up to 2 weeks for processing. Now, another thing to keep in mind as you are going through your training is if you are cornered by the liberal media in any kind of way and they ask you about any kind of blunder that has come up with the CIA in recent times, just remember this simple rule. It is the FBI's fault. Of course, these are just a few brief things that you'll learn here on this videotape. Your instructor will go through more details with you as you go through the coursework. Now, as a new agent, you may be wondering, what exactly is it that the CIA does? Well, I'm happy you asked. Here at the CIA, we ensure that all intelligence that comes in from around the world is processed and the right people get killed. Of course, we no longer use the word kill. Official vocab guidelines say we need to use the words eliminate or pacify. You'll be learning in the next few weeks exactly how this is done, including, but not limited to, setting up puppet regimes, guerrilla warfares for when your puppet regimes just won't dance, laundering money to fund your guerrilla warfare, introducing new drugs to the populace, as well as other essential things that make sure that you keep the greatest nation in the world safe from all those people out there that want to take us down. I'll hand things over now to your instructor, who will guide you through the first few lessons that you'll learn here as a new agent. I'll, of course, be back around anytime you need a little video help. And, of course, if you have any questions, you can always find us on the web at unclesecretagent.com, where you can also send in your email inquiries, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. So you go ahead and have a great day now, and thanks again for joining the CIA. We make sure that white America stays safe from all that black world out there. Ta-ta for now.
So yeah, we did that goddamn thing. It wasn't me. That's not me. That's my friend Mark. We do look alike a little bit, but oh shit, it's playing again. Okay, goes to the next episode. There's like 6 episodes we shot, so we shot them all in a fucking day. Oh shit, wait, hold on. Yeah, it's back up. All right, we shot them all in a day. It was pretty fun. And yeah, those are all weapons we took off some friends of ours for that particular shoot. So Yeah. Well, we shot that Retro Hunter. Um, we shot that using a little handheld camera, uh, and like a little. What did I? It was like a little action camera that I had purchased, as well as a Sony mini DV tape. So that was pretty. Bogsy, that wasn't Saving Private Ryan music. That was actually it. I found everything for that on archive.org. I mixed a couple tracks together. I forget what it was. So, but yeah, I thought that was well. Thank you, Kagan Lane. I'll be sure to tell him that next time I see him. Um, but yeah, that was some dumb shit. I won't show you guys any more of the web series stuff. But yeah, I guess if people wanna jump on the chat and chill for a bit, we could do that for a while. I'm on Skype, so that's what's going to be coming in. Bongsy, you know what? I might have actually ripped it from Band of Brothers. I might have like had that as an inspiration, but I guarantee you I mixed together open source stuff. Shannon, I'm looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Spider-Man, Justice League, Atomic Blonde looks fucking fantastic. I have to go back and look to see what else is coming out this year. There's a lot coming out this year that I want to check out. Hopefully, that will be no. UncleSecretAgent.com no longer works the kernel. We let it die. Yeah, Bogsy, hit me up on Skype, man. Same name. So, yeah, Skype name is Mundane Matt, so you can hit me up on there. It might, you know what? I don't know where I got it from. So, I found it on fucking archive.org. So the music I just took, it is what it is. So, Daniel, no, I got a call and set up the Wi-Fi, at my place this week. I don't know. Everything got moved up. We were supposed to move on Friday, and it's happening a little earlier. So, yeah, Christian, go ahead, hit me up on Skype. I guess I probably should do like a fucking Discord thing, but honestly, I don't want to fuck with Discord at this moment in time. It kind of annoys the shit out of me, so I just don't feel like dealing with it. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm excited to move. It's going to be a very interesting experience. Moving into a bigger place, and that's going to be good because I definitely want to have more space. Radical Geek Beer, I might. I think Chris Raygun is getting it on the PC, and he's been asking people to get it on the PC. Christian, it's Mundane Matt. Look up Mundane Matt, you'll find me on there. Well, Tony, I don't know if I gotta. What I have to do to get my computer fixed is I have to go and like get it fixed where I can actually fucking do some shit. So, oh, Jesus Christ, fucking Spy Man, you're cool. Don't come to Portland tomorrow. But yeah, when I go to Comic-Con, I'll be doing some videos. I don't quite know yet how Comic-Con is going to go. And I need to figure that out because this might be. I'm going to VidCon 3 weeks before going to Comic-Con, and then in between VidCon and Comic-Con is D23, and I really want to go to D23. So I'm thinking and literally D23 is like the weekend before Comic-Con. So I'm thinking I might try to get into D23, and then I might try to, go to D23 and then go to Comic-Con. But the downside to it is just given the whole current ad situation, I don't know if it's going to be back up by then. And that's not like a guilt trip or nothing like that. It's just literally like, well, I gotta like, pick and choose what I do. So, once I get, all that situated, I'll be able to know more. But, yeah, but Tony, I do want to get the webcam working on everything. Vene, yep, I'm in Portland. I live right outside of Portland. So, D23, Vito Muffin is Disney's convention. So it's where they showcase like the new Pixar stuff, the new Disney animated movies. what's going on with Marvel, what's going to be going on with Lucasfilm, Star Wars celebrations this week in Florida. If you ever want to get me to go to Florida, it's going to have to be fucking Star Wars. That's what's going to have to happen. So there's definitely that. Going to fucking Star Wars celebration would be cool to do in Orlando. I would love to do that. And that's on the bucket list. Because I remember when they were like talking about fucking what's it called, when they were talking about Star Wars Celebration being like every couple years. All right, let me bring in Spy Man here. This ought to be interesting. Hey, what's going on?
Hi,
How are you?
I'm all right. I had to turn off the stream.
You turn off that pesky stream block. I don't know what I'm
Oh,
saying.
oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah, all that shit.
All right.
How
Wait, so
are
are
you,
you
man?
doing this like on a person by person basis or?
No, I mean I'll bring people in to chit chat and everything else.
Okay.
So it's more or less like just see what's going on and everything else. So I want to ask you, why, what's up with all the things you've been trying to get me to say?
I'm getting material for a video.
Okay,
It's gonna be pretty great.
I have a feeling it's gonna probably not go well for me.
I mean, it's gonna be very obviously faked, but
It's entirely, yeah, maybe, maybe. People out there believe what they're gonna believe regardless. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't matter what you say or how you say it, whatever the context is. But people are gonna fucking really, really go after you for whatever reason.
I mean, yeah, but it's gonna be pretty poorly edited, so I don't know
Oh,
how
you'll
that
fit
would
right at home
stand
on
up at
YouTube.
all. Huh?
You'll fit right at home on YouTube.
Oh, all right.
No, I mean I don't really put any kind of fucking editing in my videos. Lately, I've just been using like building everything in OBS and then just jumping in between scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, do you still forget to edit your shit? Because I remember
uh,
like a long time ago, like you went like
yeah.
19 minutes in, and then you started over.
Oh yeah, this happened before. Okay, so how that works, and this is simply my fault because I'm probably lazy, is I will sometimes like spend hour or so trying to make a video. I'll try to say it to the best of my ability. I'll try to get out what I want to say, and I won't like how it sounds, or I won't like what it sounds like. And then I will go back and I'll start over again. And sometimes it's out of pure frustration, right? And like depending on the subject, if I come across as like really dickish in a video, it's because I tried. Like even the United video I put out today that a lot of people don't like, I still recorded it like at least 7 times before getting to what I did. And I was just more or less probably frustrated towards the end of that shit. Um,
I mean, like what I do when or I mean, I haven't made a video in a while, but what I usually do is I record an audio clip, and then I don't know, I kind of like just record the audio clips individually based on like the sentences of the script, and then if I mess up a sentence, I just redo that particular sentence.
yeah, see, I would do that like right now, like if I wasn't showing my face. Like, and I do a lot of that even when I show my face. But what happens is sometimes the editing software that I use is also very much it glitches sometimes, and so it doesn't show me the audio wavelength properly. And I don't know, like, if unless I'm remembering how, like, maybe whereabouts I fucked up, I don't know where it fucks up. And so that's how a lot of the times it happens is like it will this ever since I upgraded to like Camtasia 9, it's been fucking up a lot more. It's completely glitchy. And so I have to watch it very carefully cuz like let's say for example I'm cutting together a scene, I might highlight multiple clips, and if I'm not careful about highlighting multiple clips, it will highlight other clips that I don't know where it's highlighting. So I don't see it because I'm not like looking at the timeline as a whole. And so when that happens, um, I can end up extending out something and not realize that I extended out an editing mistake that I might have already fixed,
Oh,
which is a problem. So I've been trying to be very very careful with it, and then take it a bit slower. But there's like for the last like 7 months or so where I live, There's been like almost nonstop construction, so it just like it's very frustrating because I'm trying to work around jackhammer noises and I'm trying to work around like loud construction noises and still do the daily content, and it gets frustrating. And so then I get frustrated, so then I get mad, and then I get sloppy.
Have you like thought about like soundproofing or anything like that?
Well, the thing is, I given the direction my office points, it's literally next to an intersection that gets
Hmm.
like 46,000 cars a day. So
Okay.
even with soundproofing, I have double paned windows in here, and it doesn't matter. Reverberations come in. They built a fucking sound wall right outside of my office. They built a huge wall before Trump did, oddly enough, and
Oh boy.
it's still like it still doesn't protect much from sound, so it makes it very difficult to get in there.
Yeah, and you're moving, so it wouldn't really make sense to
Well,
install
I'm
anything like
moving
that.
to the fucking woods.
You
So
are?
yeah, pretty much. Like I'm
Like
moving.
you're not going to be isolated or anything
No,
like
no, no. I'm
that.
not gonna be isolated, but it's like it feels like I'm moving to the fucking woods. Like I've got three neighbors.
Oh.
Like
I
that's
live
like
in Chapel Hill, so I don't Chapel Hill, North Carolina, so I'm pretty used to living in that type of area. Not many people around.
oh okay. Yeah, no, I've never been to North Carolina.
It's shitty.
Well, yeah, that's what I
Fucking
hear.
nothing here.
I know people that like North Carolina. I know people that live out there that do like it. I mean, like, or I think any place people who live is going to be shitty to somebody.
Hmm.
So, real quick, Roy, or Psycho Society, accept the friend request and I'll let you in. All right, there you are.
Right, sorry.
Let's just get.
No, it's just you know how like Seattle is viewed as like the just the neoliberal shithole that it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's what North Carolina is in
Okay.
suburban form, or Chapel Hill, North Carolina, because like the triangle is or I think it's Carborough, Raleigh, and Chapel Hill, and that area is just all fucking leftist white people here, and I don't know, it's the most annoying shit.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna. People keep trying to call me. I'm gonna add them into the discussion, so I don't want to like fuck it up. Give me a second here. Yeah, no, I hear you. There's always like, there's things like that here too. Even stupid fucking. For some reason, how the fuck? Why can't I add people to the goddamn call? All right. Let's see. Oh, my phone's ringing now too. It's like, what the fuck is going on? All right. God. All right, there we go. Hey, what's going on, Bugsy? Yellow.
What up?
Hey, what's up, man?
How's this mic sound?
It sounds alright. Little low.
Little low? Alright, hold on one sec.
Okay. So yeah, no, I mean, Portland has a lot of lefties here, but then again, like every major city, as soon as you get out of as soon as you get out of like the downtown section, it basically opens up to like a large variety of different people.
No, but like to get Republicans here, you have to go to fucking trailer parks because it's already pretty fucking suburban here.
It's even where I'm at, it's like there's like I've met more people outside of the city center of Portland that are conservative over being like, liberal. I even saw a lady though, just speaking of pure liberalism, I saw a woman driving around a few months ago with a Justin Trudeau for president bumper sticker.
You fucking what, mate?
And I'm just like, all right,
What the fuck?
like I don't think you fucking understand what the fuck is
Justin
going.
Trudeau for president?
Yeah,
Is that a thing?
that's the thing.
Justin Trudeau for president of the United States, apparently.
Yeah, that's what they wanted. That's totally what they wanted. I'm just like, this is
That's the most cucked thing I've ever heard.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Like I wanted to get a picture of it, and then like I was driving and I'm like trying to fumble for my phone, and my girlfriend's like, "Would you stop trying to take a photo and like drive the goddamn car?"
Yeah, well, that's something you have to document for posterity.
Yeah, well, it's like I took a picture the other night, and like this guy had a bumper, it had like one of those like family stickers on there and everything else. It was like the whole the whole family, fucking whatever the hell it's called, like mom, dad, kids, and whatever. But the mom was missing, and then it had like a position now
She's
open.
fucking Justin Trudeau.
It was no, it was basically, but it was like position now open, and it's vacant, and there's an arrow pointing to the vacancy, and then there's a fucking image of a witch on a broom flying away.
This guy is the most cucked person I've ever heard of.
That isn't cucked. That's fucking red pilled as fuck, my dude.
True, but maybe cucked and red pilled at the same time.
I just thought to myself, like, he's not bitter about his divorce at all. Like, that's the
Dude.
Come on, this is the same guy with the Trudeau thing?
Well, I mean, at least he got his fucking
that
kids.
that was an old woman. That was the Trudeau
Oh.
thing. This was
Oh.
some random dude driving around the other night that I happened to be behind, and I posted a picture of it on my on Twitter because I thought it was really fucking funny.
Well, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he got the fucking kids, so he's probably not that upset.
No, he
Yeah,
had
he's got
like
the
one
kids,
kid,
he's doing all right.
like one kid, and there might have been a dog or something. But like clearly
kept
he
the
is
dog,
pissed at his
too.
ex-wife. So, Roy, are you able to talk, or do you have a mic at all?
Yeah, I'm just kind of afraid because I haven't messed with this particular computer. I don't have my headset, so I didn't want to like bleed through. I haven't used Skype in a while.
Yeah, I probably should use the Discord, but
I don't see what people's issue with fucking Skype is. It's fine.
it's Microsoft. I think it's gone to shit. Like Microsoft, like 10 years ago, Skype had like the best fucking feature, which was Skype casts, right? And essentially, it's like this. It's like a hangout, but it's like just I got home from work at 3:00 in the morning, and I would log on to fucking Skype. I'd go find Skype casts, and there'd be people talking about like movies or fucking TV shows or video games or whatever, and you could just fucking jump in, and you could just listen, or you could request to talk and then join the conversation. And it was
Wait,
fun.
like there were open servers?
Yeah.
What?
The thing is,
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing is, it wasn't open. Like you could make your own. Like you just made your own fucking vocal chat room, so you could host a podcast in there, and people could just like jump in and listen, and then you could take callers coming on in. Like that's one of the
Oh,
features.
so it's like
that,
an open Google Hangout kind of
it
thing.
was an open Google Hangout
Yeah.
that you had mod control of, and it was like, why doesn't Google have that? Like Google should have that.
Yeah, it should.
It should have the ability for a fucking queue list. Like, okay, do you want to jump on? Okay, great, let's queue you up, and then we'll just let people go from there. That would be fucking.
And
Well, I
that way
mean, you can
that
sort of
way-
like create rooms. Like I don't know if you know who Brett Keane is, but he does that type of shit.
I do know who Brett Keane is. I've never
Mhm.
interacted with him at all.
I have. It was a fun experience. I got kicked from the call because I laughed at a guy who was jerking off on the thing.
Would
Oh,
that
on
be
the in
dark
Hangout.
side?
No, it was like obviously random footage, but I should have taken that fucking joke. God fucking damn it. I don't know.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff is good because you can make like little community chats, community being the operative word there, and then people can join by, topic.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, like, the thing is, like, I do like Discord. It's just trying to figure out, like, I was getting trolled pretty heavily in mine by fucking Drunken Peasants fans, and it got kind of annoying.
Oh, jeez.
Well, that's most of their fans. I mean, he has a huge fan base,
No, oh, I know. I hung out with them.
and they're toxic as fuck.
Well,
But then
Yeah.
again, TJ is toxic, so what's going to come to you?
Yeah,
I like TJ.
Yep,
I like
yeah.
TJ.
Oh no, I like him too, but yeah, he
Still
takes the most abrasive way to put it out there.
It's well, his audience. Oh, Roy, can you turn your volume down, your headset down? There's some bleed through.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
What's going on, Christian?
Hey.
But yeah, no, just like there are people out there. The thing is, though, like the way that YouTube works, I think as a whole, is you got people who
First time on this.
Oh, first time on Skype or
How's that?
First and last time.
first and last time, yeah. Hey, Mitzi Moore, thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
Have
yeah,
yourself a great
yeah.
night.
Talking to you. First time talking to you.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's going on, man? How
I
are
think
you?
it's everybody's first time talking to him, my dude.
Well, not Bogsy. We've chatted. Before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, guys.
So bow to him. Although I think Roy, you're bleeding through again.
Goddamn.
Bow to Keck.
I don't know. Matt, the thing is,
I think this is
I
the
gave,
delay.
the thing is, here's the
This
thing.
is the
I
delay.
gave you some money, and you made that comic guy a mod before me. And I don't really appreciate that because I gave you money. Got me?
Yeah, no, I get that, but my
Hey,
channel,
I'm not a mod yet either, brother.
this shit isn't pay to play. I'm not Hillary
He
Clinton.
flings around the wrench,
Um,
dude.
you're a cam whore, Matt. Like I don't know if you know this, but I want you to like ride a giant fucking alien dildo on a fucking stream.
Then You're,
A
you're gonna
giant
want you're gonna
wrench.
want to head over to Suction Dildos and see if they'll
What?
fulfill your request.
What?
Suction
Alright.
dildos.
on,
Oh my
on
god.
Reddit.
What about like some fucking fleshlights? Then we'll compromise.
No, you
that's-
gotta get him. You gotta get him the prosthetic rubber ass that just has holes in it.
Okay. Dude, I don't know how people can justify
me
buying
wrong.
themselves fucking sex toys.
I don't know. One of my friends had one of the greatest comebacks. Like if you ever go to a sex shop and you're looking around at some shit and you get a
Hey, you guys see me?
yeah. And you get a disapproving glance from the fucking clerk. Just go, hey, you can't judge me. You sell anal beads for a living.
Yeah.
You sell and get complimentary anal beads for a living.
Most people I've met who work at porn shops are like pretty fucking chill. They're just chill.
Yeah,
people.
I think you have to be.
You'd have to be to work there. It's kind of like people who work at strip clubs. Like strippers get it there are crazy fucking strippers. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I've met some people that are like really, really, really chill and everything.
Yeah, again, you kind of have to be because you're dealing with like an aspect of humanity that kind of demands a little bit of humility to it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where people are going in there. They're just trying to trying to get their freak on. You know, I mean, everyone gets their freak on to something else, and that's a good place to take a look at it. Yeah. Oh, so Daniel in the chat says that there's a sex doll brothel. And I've heard of this. I haven't done a video on it because it'll probably be demonetized, but at this point, fuck it. But a sex doll brothel is something that I don't quite know how to feel about.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, how?
there's like a legal brothel in Nevada that I call all the time, and like I set up
You
appointments
call
with, dude. Like, I know I just set up appointments there, and I don't know.
You call. Wait, hold on. I gotta.
It's like
I
a
gotta
regular
hear this
thing. They
story.
know who he is and everything.
I gotta hear this story. So you call brothels. just to people.
Really?
People
Oh,
at
God.
home. People at home can get caught up here. So you call brothels and you schedule appointments with hookers. But clearly you're on the other side of the country and have no intention of going.
Yeah.
Now, outside of the obvious reason of just trolling, is there anything else involved in that?
No.
It's just you just like to troll them.
Yep. I don't know. I set up an appointment for my friend who lives in Nevada one time, and I gave them
Did he end
his
up
phone
going?
number.
Did he
Huh?
go?
No, I gave them his phone number though, so he got a call.
They're hunting him down for his appointment. It's like a dentist when they call you.
Oh,
Like,
that's
are you
so
still planning
fucking.
on
Oh my
coming,
god,
dude?
that's so fucking funny. I'll have to do that too. I'll have to do that and then call and then use my best friend's fucking number,
Holy shit, I was not expecting that, man.
and then just have him call him back like, you had an appointment.
Like they're all primed and ready to go, man. Where are you?
Have you ever tried like in the Skype? 'Cause you can only do this with Skype. Like when you create a group call on the Skype and you like get like a two restaurants or like a 7-Eleven or like a Wendy's or something, and like you add them to
Yeah.
the same call and then you just fucking mute yourself. And, like
Oh my god.
you
I've
try to
never done
have
that,
them
and-
troll each other.
And I definitely have no idea. I definitely have no desire to do that. As for
No,
now.
I gotta
It
get.
is
I have to get you the numbers for some Chinese massage parlors in like New York or something. You have to pull this trick on them.
Well, here's
Like,
the
just-
problem- here's the
just
problem
that
with though.
callback would
Here's
be
the thing
priceless.
you guys got to realize is
Yeah.
that can be looked at illegal wiretapping, because in some states it is absolutely illegal to record or broadcast anyone without their permission.
Yeah,
Oregon,
They have
like
no
that
clue
in
who I am,
California.
yeah, Oregon, you used to not have to worry about that problem because it was legal to record people without them knowing about it, and then just like 2 years ago they changed it. In California, it's insanely illegal to, well, not insanely illegal, but it's definitely illegal to wiretap somebody. It's kind of like what is it? Remember the whole Donald Sterling racist comments from a couple summers ago?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he was illegally wiretapped in his own home, and like, yeah, what he said was shitty, but
The
no
US
one.
is so crazy. Oh god.
Wait, what's up?
I'm saying the US is pretty crazy because I'm from Australia.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, clearly the United States is a little crazy, but I mean, in Australia, anything that's not you wants to kill you.
Yeah,
So,
I know. But we always get banned video games, so we always got to get banned video games. It's pretty effed up.
well, yeah,
You ever see?
there's been some positive movements on that, hasn't there?
Not really. They banned the Outlast. 2 was banned because of too violent, and they renewed it, so it's fine. We can play it.
It's
Okay.
Australia, man. They should be accustomed to violence.
Yeah.
They got fucking kangaroos trying to start bar brawls.
Fucking penal colony cunts.
Yeah, cunts like just that's the every other word there.
I know they should
It's
definitely
Almost a
adopt
term of
that here.
endearment too.
They should adopt that here in the United States.
Yeah, we
Europe-
really should.
Australia is like a
desensitize
bunch
people
of-
to it.
Australia is like the drunkest fucking country in the world, though. Like they have
Yeah,
the
no,
biggest.
as
Uh,
it is.
I think UK gives them a run for their money.
I mean,
Russia.
all right.
Well, no,
yeah.
keep in mind though,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Russia,
Russia.
vodka is also just water.
Yeah, it's just
So
fucking
it's
water.
like, isn't there like only one, like it's one letter difference between vodka and water? It's like water is
Yes.
vada, and then vodka,
Yes.
so it's like a K.
Stolichnaya
because-
is like Dasani there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm European, so because I go to weddings, we always get drunk, so like fucking crazy.
Dappy knows Ireland is the drunkest. Yeah, because they're not handling it like the Russians are, but they're drinking the same volume.
Hey, what's up with that airport thing? You just
Oh.
heard about the airport stuff?
Yeah, I've heard about
It
that.
was fucked up. Oh my
Well,
god.
I got
pretty
into
funny.
some shit today because I
He was
took
a doctor,
stance.
right?
It's a doctor situation, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that I swear to like I said in the chat, like that dude sounds like fucking Cup.
I mean,
gonna
if
do
you-
like
if
a-
you listen to it. If you listen to it, it's like I've watched the videos from the different angles, and you listen to that scream, and that scream is like something is not right there. Like he says he's a doctor, and he has to go treat his patients, but
I think he was
the
like
question
autistic or
is
something.
he
honestly.
actually a doctor?
I mean,
I think it's irrelevant.
I think.
no.
Well, it's,
I
it's
think
not, it's,
I think the
it
fact
is-
that he like
it is and it isn't irrelevant. And the reason why I say that it isn't irrelevant is because people in the comments, not just on my video, but just in general, have been saying like, if he's a doctor, he has shit to do. That clearly means he is a more important person, and then someone
Yeah.
else should have been chosen. Is essentially what is.
It still comes down to being irrelevant because it's incompetence of the company not foreseeing that they needed to get their employees on that plane prior.
who
to
gives
it.
a fuck, dude? They
No,
can
it
remove
doesn't- no,
anybody
that-
they
but again,
want.
that's
they are a
absolute-
private company. They can remove anybody they want
But
at
you-
any
you-
time.
Yeah, they definitely can. It could have been handled better though.
Well, it could, okay,
Yeah, but
hold on,
doctor
hold
can
on, hold
sue
on.
him.
Yes. Okay, but keep in mind there are elements of this story though that I think like warrant an overall viewpoint, like a discussion on, because it's like a lot of people are kind of like looking at it from like A to B and it happened instantaneously when that isn't the case at all. All right, like just into it. Okay,
No, I was
looking
just-
into it as much as I possibly could. This is what I found out. For one, people. Okay, for commentary, people saying, okay, why not just have them like rent a car for the flight crew and get them down there? Okay, well, the distance between O'Hare Airport and Louisville Airport is about 6 hours straight, and that's just leaving and getting from point A to point B. That's also nothing to do with, like gas and rest stops. So you're looking at in the car checkout and check-in system. So you're looking at about probably 7.5 to 8 hours total travel time. So we don't necessarily know what the flight crew are. They pilots? Were they flight attendants? Whatever. What were they? We don't know yet. They haven't told us. And if they needed to be on a flight, well, we also don't know what time they had to get that flight. Was it when the flight landed that they had to move over? Was it a couple hours? Was it longer than 8 hours? Those factors come into play. And that information is stuff we don't have yet. But then you look at the flight time from O'Hare to Louisville. From Chicago to Louisville is 80 minutes is the flight time. That's it, 80 minutes. It's a short flight. So when it
Yeah.
comes to the amount of money that was offered to the passengers in order to get off the flight, what the fuck was
I'm
that?
sorry. That was the plane video, man.
Oh yeah,
It's Global Cup.
Jesus Christ.
but
That was a re-screech.
that was yeah, I know. And so you've got 80 minutes that it would take. So that's why the maximum amount they could offer was $800, not the 1,300, which was again something that was commented on. And so what United did essentially was follow their own rules. And then when nobody stood up to volunteer to bump their flight to get the points and the hotel stay and everything else, they still have to get employees to that flight. You know what I mean? Like, because the flights need
Yeah.
to be properly staffed in order to take off. So,
Yeah.
and they're well-oiled machines, the flights are supposed to be. So having the staff there is pertinent to that particular flight and also keeping up with everything as it's going. Not a perfect scenario by any means, but if you start breaking it down point for point and bit by bit, you start kind of seeing the overall picture here. Nobody wanted to stand up and take the $800 and the overnight stay.
Yeah.
They needed these seats because of their company needed to operate at its full capacity. So they said, all right, fine, we're Hunger Games the fucking out of the shit. So we're going to randomly select people, and everybody but one got off, and it was this doctor, this guy. His wife even got up and got off. His wife. And she's nowhere in this equation. So something clearly happened. Then this dude...
Yeah, something's wrong. Yeah.
Something's wrong. And so
Yeah.
this guy resists. Keep in mind that my approach to this comes from the fact that I have spent years working at a drive-in movie theater. All right. And I've dealt with people like this all the fucking time. What happens is people come in, they get situated, they get set up, they don't realize that something is about to change. They don't want to
Just
deal with
fucking
it.
obstinate.
They become so fucking stubborn. And as soon as those heels dig in, the escalation ramps up, and the only way it's going to end is with security or a cop. And you'd
Yeah,
be
because
amazed at how many
capitulation
times-
is for pussies.
I'm sorry,
This is actually something that confuses me. Were the was the security associated with United, or were they just airport security?
There was, I think, one that was, and the other were Chicago O'Hare PD, basically, the law
Yeah.
enforcement, or they were like
Yeah,
TSA
cops,
or
yeah.
whatever. But they were basically the enforcement for the airport. Again, this is where people are saying, "Oh, United did this. United did this." United didn't pull him off. United went
No,
and
the
talked.
airport did.
They got the airport security to come in and pull this guy off. And again, there's a situation there where it's like, I do believe that if you are on an airport or on an airplane and you do not follow the orders by a flight attendant, like that is technically breaking the law.
Yeah,
so-
they have a right to kick you off their vehicle. Period.
Yeah, and so there's a lot that went into this story, but keep in mind everyone's only seeing those 30 seconds. They're only seeing those 30 seconds of the dude getting yanked out of the chair, hitting his head. And if you watch the alternate video,
To
the
be
one
fair,
that-
it's a pretty powerful screech.
it's a pretty powerful screech, but they grab him. And if you see the one where it shows the dude in the orange shirt, so it's like across the aisle.
Yeah, but like he clearly isn't screeching as his head goes like,
no, he wasn't.
or
This was
as
prior to
as
that.
like
He was
bangs
screeching when
against the
they put their
headrest. He
hands
was just
on
trying
No,
to get it.
no, that was a defense mechanism.
So I think I would agree with that point completely. But when he hit his head, which was completely horrible, and at no point am I justifying that whatsoever. But the way I looked at it though is like when security or cops grab somebody and they're visibly or physically restricting, resisting coming, you can see him grabbing onto like the seats and trying to pull himself back, and he's not coming. So they reached in and they grabbed him. And those seats are not fucking they're slick, they're leather. Or they're pleather, so they slip and they slide. And if you have your knee on it, your knee is not going to give you the tension what you need to be able to not slide. And if he lost his balance at all, if he slipped, which could happen, then that's what propelled him forward, is the force of losing his restraint against him being pulled, and just he hit it. And then the guy who dragged him out, though, that I don't like.
Yeah, it's like a tug of war let go thing.
But the thing,
Yeah,
at
like
the same time,
they
though,
should have picked him up.
They
but,
should have
like,
picked him up, but at the same time, it's also you're on a fucking airplane. Right, you're on an airplane. Like you, how much room do you have to work with there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've pulled unconscious people out of confined spaces.
And
Trust
this is actually
me,
something
it
that
happens
I
the way it
think is
happens.
important to note. Like, do we know whether the security guys actually bashed his head against the armrest?
Yeah, who started
no. It was
first?
him. It was when they pulled him. When they pulled him because he was resisting, and so they grabbed him and they pulled harder, and then I think he gave way, and then if
Yeah.
you notice, they kind of stumble backwards because all of a sudden all that force they pulled him with is now basically rocketing this guy at them.
Yeah, it was a whiplash effect.
Yeah, and so it's one of those situations where it's like, they get him off there and then they pull him off the plane, and then somehow he gets loose again and he runs back on the plane.
The fucker shouldn't have been flailing the fuck around in the first place. Like you don't do that with security guards.
Well, but see, that's the whole point of contention with this story.
He did it all for the screech, dude.
People responded to the screech. They responded to all that stuff. And I'm not against them doing that. I'm not against anyone having, having empathy for somebody or sympathy for somebody. But in that situation, and this is always what happens. Again, my perspective, when I would work. Okay, let me tell you guys a quick story. So one night, this is back in 2007, we're showing Live Free or Die Hard, right? Live Free or Die Hard. Okay, and I'm walking around, and this dude is honking his fucking horn. This is drive-in movie theater. Okay, so guy's honking his fucking horn, flashing his lights and shit. And I walk over and I knock on the window, and he rolls it down. I'm like, "Excuse me, sir. Would you kindly shut the fuck up? People are watching this movie here." And the guy goes, "This is America, not fucking America." Not kidding. That whole Randy Marsh thing from South Park, this dude legitimately did that. But he is fucking hammered. And I'm like, dude, I get it. I really like the fact that you are enjoying this movie. I personally really like it as well. But other people want to watch it too. So
Right, the other people like to enjoy it as well.
I'm like, I need you to be quiet. Save your applause till the end of the movie and whatever. And the guy's like, "Fuck you, fatty," and whatever, starts getting all indignant on me. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna need you to knock it off, or I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
You don't fuck with the mundane usher, dude.
I'm like, well, no, I was a manager, so I'm like, don't fuck with me on this one, because like I want you to watch your movie, but now you're being disrespectful, and you're trying to you're flashing your high beams, you're honking your horn. Other people paid to be here as well. It's not just about you. And
Yeah, their money's just as green as yours.
Exactly, and that came up all the fucking time. So this dude would not stop, and I'm like, he was clearly hammered. And his wife starts getting belligerent. His wife starts getting mad at me too. And I'm just like, all right, fine. You know what? Fuck this shit. I'm going to let the sheriff handle this shit. Because the guy...
That's the most sure way to escalate the situation when the wife gets indignant.
Trust me. In this community, this part of the fucking San Diego County, yes. So I called the sheriff. And keep in mind, if we called the sheriff, which we never had to call the sheriff, we usually handle all of our problems in-house. Called the sheriff. Sheriff comes over. Dude immediately arrests the guy. Right? Doesn't even fucking ask a question.
Drunk and disorderly.
Just arrest. No, he's drunk.
Guys, wait. I think there's breaking news. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic might be getting a reboot. The MMO.
But Star Wars: The Old Republic getting a reboot?
Yeah, the MMO game.
That's
Celebration.
That makes sense because they fucking failed on it hard the first time.
Yeah,
they did.
But that's cool. We'll definitely have to talk about that. But let me finish this up. So the cop arrests the guy. He arrests the dude because he's drunk. He's drunk in his car. His keys are in the ignition, which is technically a DUI. But the cop wasn't going to get it from that. He was like, "I'll just take him to the drunk tank and whatever." But the wife is drunk, and they need to get the car out of there, and she's too drunk to drive. He probably wouldn't have known that the wife was drunk, but she started fighting with the cop too, and the cop was like, "All right, whatever." So he says, "Okay, she's calling a tow truck for her car." He looks at me and he says, "I need you to watch her and make sure she doesn't drive away." And I'm like, "That's not my job."
Yeah. And how are you supposed to do that as a manager?
Exactly. I don't know. I can't take her car key. Do I take her car keys? Is that allowed? Anyway, so he
there's technically everything you can do to get in trouble with this. Thanks, officer.
Yeah.
That's when you implement the sanctioned throw punch.
Well, what I did is I hung out with her for a while, just waiting for, trying to talk to her and whatever, waiting for the tow truck to come. But my snack bar supervisor came out too, because she told me, she's like, "You alone with this woman? Because I don't want this woman to fucking claim that you tried to assault her."
She can make up anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like,
exactly.
And this is like, I'm like, yeah, I know. And I never would have thought of that. But like, this is, my friend coming to protect me and shit. So we sit there for 45 fucking minutes. We wait for the goddamn tow truck to show up. This woman is getting increasingly more belligerent towards me. She's cursing at me. She's calling
it's all your fault.
It's all my fault.
Hey,
her husband was an asshole.
oh, no, mind.
You bastard.
Yeah,
right?
The stream went down for a second.
Oh, it did?
How dare you not
back.
let my husband drunk and belligerent and fuck up everybody's evening? How dare you?
Be right back.
Okay. Let's see. What we might have to do for right now is I might just be having too much. Everything looks okay. All right. Um,
Yeah, it came right back
came
up.
right
It
back.
went down
Okay,
for
yeah.
like 3
It's telling me
seconds.
video
But
output is low. Might just be too many people in here. Fucking internet, goddamn Comcast. But yeah, basically she ended up.
fucking Comcast.
She she's getting more belligerent at me. She's getting more angry, and then as one movie ends and people start to kind of pile by the bathroom, and this is the whole point I wanted to get to. I know it's long lead in. She starts yelling at me about the situation in front of these other customers, which then the other customers, in empathy with her, who not
Oh
knowing the
my
rest of the
god,
fucking
man.
story, start
Oh
turning
my
on
god.
me, saying,
I'm
looking at
back.
me like I'm the bad guy, like looking at me like I did something wrong. And then
Gotta love that.
and the thing is, I can't. And they're all like, "What do you do? Why are you harassing this woman? Why are you
You're a
harassing?"
white
Yeah.
male.
Why are you harassing this woman? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? And it's like I'm just going, well, what the fuck am I supposed like? And the whole time she's working the crowd, getting them more mad at me, and everything else. And I finally look at her. I said, you know what, ma'am? I'm just gonna call the sheriff back, and get you the fuck out of here too. If you're not gonna sit down and shut up and wait for the tow truck company, then you can just leave. And I called the sheriff, and he comes back. And right as he pulls in, the tow truck is right fucking behind him. So he basically.
Oh, they needed a tow truck anyway. She's going to jail.
Oh no, he didn't. No, he was cool about it. Like he asked me, he's like, do you want me to like take her and throw her? I'm like, no, just get her the fuck out of here, dude. I don't even care. But the whole point
Not
of
my
it
problem. Do your job.
one of the reasons why I'm totally in support of not how necessarily United handled this, but ultimately like why they did it the way that they did, is because in a situation like that, when you are in a situation where you need to make a hard call and it's not going to make everyone happy, you then have to maintain that decision. You cannot at all fucking crumble, because in this particular
If you back
situation,
down, then you admit that you did wrong.
exactly.
But that's what the doctor was doing too. He was like not capitulating against all odds. They're both set in their heels.
He did his thing, and then the cops came in and they had to get him out of there. But essentially, it was like this: people saying, well, why don't they just skip over the doctor and go to somebody else? Again, it's a good thought, but there's no way it would work, because once
Sets a
that
bad
happens,
precedent.
yeah, once that happens,
As
the
soon
next
as,
person,
because then you have the why me complex happen.
exactly, and when that happens, it is like a fucking virus. It spreads to everybody, and at that point,
Mass hysteria.
all they would be able to do is fucking cancel the flight entirely. Fly the fucking 4 people to Louisville and then wait for the next morning for it to come in. That would be the only course of action going forward. And that is simply because it is just, that is how people work in that mentality. And this is not an uncommon thing. This is not an unknown scenario, but people saw the 30 seconds.
I think that's more telling than anything.
What do you mean?
Of how they can't keep their books in order. If you have employees that have to take a flight, why aren't they on prior to boarding?
I don't know.
Yeah,
And
that's the
ultimately,
whole
it
Well, I mean,
doesn't
that
matter.
really
Ultimately,
is
it doesn't
irrelevant.
matter.
Because like I think what a lot of people are missing here is
I'm
that,
more interested
like,
in how to fix a problem, not just see
dude,
there is a
dude.
fucked up that
Do
way.
you realize how much how much this shit happens? Like how much flights get overbooked? Like, do you realize how common this is? And then this one asshole who is like, I don't know, like I don't even believe he's a fucking doctor because of like how the fuck he acted about it.
Well, here's the thing.
He's a pet doctor.
He might have been, but I think he was like under the influence of something, to be honest. Because I
I
don't think a normal person acts like that.
I agree with you. I agree with you to an extent, but I did look this up in 2015. Right? Guess how many people were bumped from their flight overall in the United States? 46,000.
Damn.
Okay, throughout the
Damn.
course of the year, 46,000 people. So if you look at it, like roughly 46,000 people a year are bumped.
That
from
is
their
a
flight.
lot of fucking screeching.
It's
Dude.
really a small amount if you think about how many flights
Yes, no,
there
exactly,
goes on.
exactly. How many people fly a day? Right, millions of people fly a day. It's completely common to travel in this country like that. So flights get overbooked. It's not illegal to overbook a flight. It's not, and it happens all the fucking time. But like I said before, these employees still needed to get from point A to point B so they could still be on time for other people that are on that flight. So yes, some people get bumped. It's unfortunate. It sucks. but that is the company policy, and it's
Well,
not
also,
just,
it goes back to the only people that get bumped are the people that do the what's that one style of flying?
like the cheap seats or
Where
whatever, like coach.
All right.
yeah,
Travel hacking.
MJC in the
no,
chat.
not coach.
So
Even lower
it-
than that,
no,
it's like these
okay.
people didn't show up, so you take their spot. Standby.
The
Yeah,
standbys.
travel hacking.
Standbys.
yeah,
Oh,
I'll
understand.
never do that.
No, I won't do that either. I book my flights
That's
months
the
in
cheapest
advance.
way to fly, but that's you're asking for stuff like that to happen. And for him to be in coach, because he was in coach, kind of makes me wonder about this whole doctor business.
Well, it's,
Yeah.
again, he said he is a doctor. He says he has patients to see in the morning. And it's like, there was another incident a while back where like a woman, there's like an incident with a medical emergency on a plane. And this black woman said she was a doctor. And the nurse not the nurse, sorry, the flight attendant asked for credentials. And she didn't have credentials. So they didn't let her work on the person. And then like a white dude was there, and the white dude said he was a doctor, and he produced
I
it.
remember that story.
shit.
And
Oh,
then she
shit.
tried claiming it was racism, and it's like, do you not? It's like this is a situation.
No, it was unprofessionalism because I I listened to her. You wouldn't believe that she had medical credentials.
No, you wouldn't. And again, asking, like, when I used to work at a casino, like I'd have to ask people's ID all the fucking time, whether they were coming in
Yeah.
and looked underage, or like when I worked in the fucking vault, and we'd have someone random show up like, let me see your ID, and they're like, okay, yeah, I'm part of the gaming commission, and I find out if I don't card them, then I get fired, and so it's
Right.
one of those things where you
Yeah,
have
it would have been a liability if they didn't
Exactly.
ask for credentials and then she fucked up.
Exactly. It's one of those things where it's like this situation is not perfect by any stretch, but it's also not as bad as people are making it out to be. And I was listening to like MSNBC today about it, and they were like, they were freaking out about it and everything else. And people are saying, oh, they're gonna get sued. They're gonna get sued. This guy went.
No, they're fucking not.
This guy went,
They
well,
were
no,
fully
no, they
within.
could.
They
They
were
could.
fully within their rights to do what they did, though.
Well, they totally could, but it's it would be a civil suit, not like a criminal suit, right? So it would be the doctor, if that's what he is, but the doctor would sue them for like what, suffering, pain and suffering, distress, that sort of thing, and then use the video and use everything else as a result of it as evidence of such. Now United has made absolutely no indication that any employee did anything wrong, right? Like they have flat out basically stood by their employees on this one, and that could change tomorrow. That could change. For right now, from what I know, they've stood by their employees, and then they could sit there and get sued by this guy, because you can sue anyone for any reason in this country, and then they go to court.
So litigious.
It is, and they could go to court, and basically what happened is United would probably settle. They would settle,
Yeah,
because
it's cheaper for them to
easier-
just get
it's
it over
cheap-
with.
Yeah, it's easier in the long run. And so it's one of those situations where you got like people that are like trying to, they're trying to bolster this situation into something that it isn't. And even people in the chat are like, oh, Matt's fucking defending United. I'm talking about the situation as a whole. There are factors that play into every part of this particular fucking story.
Shut the fuck
The
up,
outrage
corporate shill.
culture
What
is
the fuck wrong with
prevalent.
you?
Oh no! One of my
Corporate shill
longtime
piece of
viewers hit me
shit.
up tonight. Was asking me about it and was like, and he's like, "Do you think it's lots of outrage?" I'm like, "Yeah, most of it's manufactured. It is."
I don't care.
The outrage is prevalent.
The thing is though, it's yeah, well, no, comic exchange. I understand how you feel about that. When I used to do security at the casino, we'd have similar situations involving people who would fall over. He says he's a medic. He's once you
Yeah.
he says once you identify yourself
Same
as a
thing for my
healthcare-
mum.
Yeah.
Because my mum works as a security guard for 3 years, 4 years. She does so much problems. Like she has problems with like drugs and alcohol and stuff.
I mean, there's a lot of that kind of shit out there, and it's, these particular stories are tough to cover.
And honestly, the thing is too, what if, I mean, obviously he doesn't fit the, normal profile, for lack of a better term, but what if he was there to do some harm and all of a sudden he's showing all this resistance and stuff like that? I mean, crazy stuff happens.
I mean,
I have to
dude.
fucking, I says, Kearns Knoll in the stream. His face was hit because he was resisting being pulled out of a seat. Force gave way to it, and he
Was
flew
his face even like? But he wasn't attacked like.
No, he wasn't.
And
he,
part
of that
no,
could
he
be
wasn't
primarily
thrown.
self-defense.
He was
It was all-
pulled out and beaten with fucking sticks and shit.
Yeah, so like Mr.
Yeah, you
Medicare
can-
and like all these people acting like that
They
somehow
were trying to
fucking
pull him out of the
the
seat. He
United
gave
staff
way, and the
actively
whiplash, he
beat
hit
shit
the
out of this
armrest
guy.
on the other side of the aisle.
No, but
So
like
you can
so
argue it's self-inflicted almost
yeah, absolutely.
to an extent.
No, dude, the
if you
fucker was
resist.
it was completely self-inflicted. The fucker was like flailing around as people were trying to like get a hold of him. Like, what did he think was gonna happen?
Yeah, if you start acting
most people
like
out there,
a
they look at those
ragdoll.
situations, and and then they're like, oh, like look at his face, it's bloodied, it's beaten and everything when he came back in, and again, like like I took a homicide writers course back in the day, and like learned about how like blood spatter works and all these techniques, and we saw photos of like people who've been beaten, and they go, look how bloody that is, look how disgusting that is. Do you think that is how the wounds actually are, how bad they actually are? And our instructor was like, when you write stories like this, people will think that this is as bad as it looks, but this is just the initial hit. This is the blood smear, the blood mess, right? But look at it here. The same person cleaned up a couple hours later in the hospital doesn't look as bad, and it's because blood it affects us in a way where we see it as being worse than what it is, and it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not again. It's like I feel bad for this dude, but the image of him clutching the curtain and blood dripping down from his mouth, it's like, and a medical team had to come in to get him off. It's just nuts, man. It's just fucking insane.
Dude, he had a special effects blood packet.
Yeah, it's just clearly a false flag to distract from Syria. Clearly a false
Alex
flag.
Jones.
Yeah, that's all good though.
Bleeding
It's
is
their
the new
problem.
punk rock.
It's their problem.
No, I just I do wish the situation was handled differently. But
Yeah.
breaking it down from like a logistical standpoint, you can see, and like it's like I said in my video and even on Twitter, where are the 5 to 10 minutes of escalation that led up to this, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm sure it was longer than that too.
It's like
Well,
that
They
Adam
offered
Sala
twice
thing.
cash.
Yeah, they offered him 400, then they offered him 800 in travel vouchers as well as the stay in a hotel. And it's like I said in my video, if it was me, I would have been like, fuck yeah, I'll take it. I got nothing to do tomorrow, and I want to.
But he had
Yeah.
to go home, Matt. He had to go home. He
It's
had
exactly like that Adam
patients
Sala
who needed to
thing.
be treated, and that was
Well,
more
okay, hold on.
important than
Here's a question.
everybody
Here's a
else's
question to
fucking
not
time.
only you guys,
No, the
but
whole
audience.
plane was given that option.
Yeah, but here's a question. When all this was going down, okay, and this goes to the audience too, people listening. Why didn't anyone else stand up? If this is
I
as
don't
big
know.
of a deal as they're making it out to be, why didn't anybody else stand the fuck up? Even when the situation happened the way that it happened, and the dude gets pulled off, you figure somebody there who was gasping and clutching their pearls in the peanut gallery of the fucking place would have stood up and offered to give out their seat. We've heard nothing from anyone else on that
Right.
flight about
They
standing
were all
up.
paid off, man. False
So-
flag.
It's not a false flag, but it's clearly it's clearly a scenario.
It's
where,
it's a Fox offense.
okay,
shall we
sorry,
say.
I have to chime in again. Kearns Noel saying 1,300 is federal law. Kearns, the flight. Okay, it's only $1,300 is the maximum an airline can allow
It's
in
the
travel
max.
vouchers if the flight is over 2 hours. This flight was only 80 minutes, so 800 was the maximum. That's the people could clearly see what was going on. You hear everything in a fucking plane. You hear everything in a fucking plane. Like
Yeah.
you do. You hear people talking. People keep it low, but you can hear people up at the front. Like there's commotion going on. And so
Dude, the photographs that we got were from what, six aisles in front or back of it?
Well, the thing is, when the people, oh Jesus Christ, Kearns is saying everyone was so scared to be fucking assaulted. That is, oh my God, that's a load of horse shit. That is just
Oh, that is a
perpetuating.
load of horse shit.
That is
worry,
perpetuating.
they'll
It's not
get
like they went in
caught.
there like the Gestapo before that and just pulled 3 random people. We're looking for Asians.
Kevin,
No
You
one
didn't
was
see all the
scared to-
assault rifles right out of
What
frame.
the fuck, dude? Nobody was like fucking like the only reason they would be scared is if like everybody else was like flailing around in their fucking seats too, or if like the security were coming for them. Like all they
Submachine guns
wanted
off
was for one more fucking person to get off the plane. Why would anybody be scared? You fucking idiot.
it's just again,
Yeah,
it's like
it's more lies. It's more of how they were scared because violence happened around me.
Yeah.
I mean, and
No.
I get that. I've
That,
been in.
that doesn't even apply though. It's just
You heard the woman. Oh, look
and
what
if
you're
they
doing.
stood
Oh,
up,
that
what
poor
would happen
guy.
to
Oh,
them
that poor
if
guy.
they were assaulting? Well, if they stood up, then they would be wanting to. Well, then they would want to get off. What is your fucking point?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just
it's a
just
fuck situation in general, and people out there, look, people out there can agree or disagree on this because I don't think we're going to get to a clear consensus about
And so, yeah.
about what everything.
No,
that
I
we've done.
think Kevin Hornbuckle has the answer. He was a performance arts creature.
Oh Jesus!
He went in
fucking
there
Christ.
with the sole intent to lay upon the world that screech.
No, I don't think the guy. I just think I think the dude went in there, and he didn't want to leave, and I get it. I do, but it's like at the same time, when you enter into an
that's not
airport,
how you do it.
yeah,
You get the fuck up.
like you get, yeah, it's like it's if it's not, someone could have had the Rosa Parks moment. Is all I'm saying. Someone could have been like, "I'll give up my seat." It's completely the wrong analogy. It's just one of those
Reverse
situations-
Rosa.
It's just fucking is a horrible analogy. I apologize.
You're horrible at this, Matt. God damn it, get
I
off
am
the
horrible
internet.
at this. It's fucking late. It's 1:00 in the morning, and the
Yeah,
caffeine
it's only
from-
6
tell
o'clock
about
here.
time.
the
Never tell
caffeine
about
from
the
the
time.
movie
6
is
o'clock.
fucking-
4:05 for me, dude. Quit bitching.
6 o'clock, Dave.
Same here. 4:05
No,
here too.
Look, I mean, someone saying you make a bad joke on a plane, you go to jail. That's not necessarily true. If you walk up and down the aisle saying like I'm gonna bomb this plane, then yeah, you're gonna you're gonna
Like
be
Adam
released
Sandler.
to jail. If you
Like
if you
Adam
all of a sudden
Sandler, man.
stand up during a flight and shout out Aloha Snack Bar, you're probably gonna go to jail. But at the same time, it's the situation is.
I was just say I love Jews.
It's a touchy subject because people
Subscribe to
see someone in pain.
Keemstar.
You see someone in pain and you see someone and you don't understand the full context, and so our instant gut reaction is to be empathetic and to want to help that person.
Context. What is that?
What?
Context. What is that?
Oh, I know. And it's again I always
It's like
catch a lot
trying
of
to
shit
find
from
a
certain
unicorn.
people because I don't always take the same size as everyone else. I'm very much a contrarian by nature, but I also try to look at it factually as much as humanly possible. But there's lots of times where you can't have that kind of nuanced discussion. And as we've learned from YouTube recently, you simply cannot have those kinds of discussions. Unless because what it is too, if you want to also look at the way a lot of the response is going, look at who was fueling the response, right? Look at the couch fainting,
yeah.
pearl clutching that happened. It sets this narrative, of it and everything else. And then it's
was on the plane, and now we're getting kicked out. That's insane.
Adam
Now we're
Sandler.
oh, that guy, yeah. Adam
Yeah,
Sandler.
bringing
No,
that shit
well,
back.
see, Adam Sandler, that was a false flag. That was totally trying to get kicked off the plane.
That was a false flag.
It's not even the same situation.
Yeah, he was doing that.
This is a
intentionally.
situation that cannot be recreated unless you're that kind of asshole.
Yeah, you really can't.
Unless you're Adam Sandler 2 days later.
Oh, Nathan Tryon says in the chat, how awkward do you think the flight was afterward? Awkward as fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
I do also would like to point out that the people that get the most out of this, they are catering to the rest of the reactionaries for this kind of story. United was put in a very messed up situation, and they did the best they could, and then the other person actually did escalate it even higher, so nothing good could come of it. I mean, there's no way that United was going to PR out of this at all, and it was unfortunate the guy got hurt, but that was not their intent at all.
No, true, and it's the people look at it, they're like, "Why'd you call in the cops?" Right? Why'd you call in the cops? Why'd this happen? Why'd that happen? And it's because after a while, again, that 5 to 10 minutes of escalation, or maybe more, whatever. But it's clearly, the staff is look, no one here is giving up. We have to do this randomly. That's what it is, and it's not people are saying, "Oh, they're a paying customer." It's not like they're not getting their flight. It's just a delayed flight. How many times have we gone to the airport and our flight's been delayed? Or
Yeah,
it's been-
true.
Well,
been canceled.
there's another way to look at that too. It's like get seated at a table, and it's like, oh shit, I'm sorry, my manager's here and they need the table. Can y'all move? I'll give you $5-10 for it. And when you say no, they come and get their security to forcibly remove you.
Yeah, it's their property. They have a right to take you off of it. Period. I mean,
It's yeah. I mean, it's.
Well, I'm not saying it's not right. It's just fucked up. But
it is
still,
fucked up. It is fucked up. They should have been more.
it has
prepared.
nothing to do with. It really has nothing to do with the law. I don't think anything illegal happened. I want to play that right out there. Nothing illegal.
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like they have.
It's just,
you know.
this actually is simply a moral thing, not an illegal thing.
Mm-hmm.
But many people have approached it as a legal issue, right?
Well, most people are also idiots too, so that's regardless.
Yeah, I don't like to think. I like to think people individually are smart, but together they in hive mind scenarios, they can get pretty bad.
We are sheep. You throw a rock and everybody's gonna move.
No, that's true. Except for maybe Bob in the back, he's kind of touched.
Yeah. Except for Israeli
those are also
soldiers.
the ones that get hit with the rock, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, these kind of scenarios, though, I mean, look at what happened with United a couple weeks ago, right? With the leggings incident. Again, context fucking matters. You have a situation: 2 14-year-old girls are trying to get on a flight. They're being denied entry because they're not wearing appropriate attire. Feminist.
They're back, guys.
Feminist runs by.
Get on.
Hold on, I'm gonna. Did he mute? Can I mute? I don't know if I can mute this person.
Yeah, they were denied access at the gate because they weren't dressed properly. And then the woman, I bet you that woman was actually getting on that flight, and that's how she heard it. There's no way to hear that unless you're actually going on the flight.
No, she was on the flight. It was but she's also a feminist, a prominent feminist, who was at the women's march and everything. And
one of those that had nothing better to do with their life
and happened to
than find more problems in her life.
Yeah, but she happened to overhear everything, but didn't have context of it, and then gets on Twitter and they're like, United isn't letting girls on because of leggings, right? And then it's like everyone's freaking out over the leggings situation, and then United's like, no, they're on a fucking friends and family pass. They have to dress properly. They're not dressed properly. They're not getting on the fucking flight. It's that fucking simple.
But Matt, were they giraffe leggings?
Were they giraffe? No, they were not giraffe leggings. They were just regular old leggings.
Right, and I guarantee you there's at least 3 women that were on there that had leggings on, and that woman didn't even look up from her phone and was tweeting away at it because she didn't want it, because she got a reaction, she saw what she wanted, and she wanted to react to it. She wanted to get her gold star in the feminist hierarchy.
Yeah, daily submission to
I hate that word,
frenzy.
feminist.
It's one of those things where it's like they blew the situation up. You learn the context, and you're like, okay, that makes sense. This situation is the same exact fucking thing, right? We're probably gonna find out. We're probably gonna find out tomorrow.
It was an employee dress code.
That we're probably gonna find out tomorrow that the dude wasn't a doctor.
Yeah.
We might find out.
A twist or something. I have a twist.
You have what's your twist?
I don't know, I'm saying it might have a twist if we find out.
So all of a sudden people are going to make videos like M. Night Shyamalan predicts fucking United.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just catch a break.
Dr. Squirrel Boy in the chat says, Matt, talk about Ebba Ackerland, the Swedish girl who was cut in half by the Religion of Peace truck that the media refuses to cover. They cover a dead Syrian immigrant.
Yo, my dude, how'd you find out my fucking porn
I literally...
How'd you find this?
I heard about the Stockholm thing. That's fucking horrible. Every truck of peace incident is horrible.
But there's nothing going on in Sweden. We don't know what's going on.
Well, okay. God damn it, that whole thing too. Look, what Trump said on that particular point in time is horseshit. He fucking it was a talking point from Fox. All right, and then of course the next day. Then some shit.
Well, I'm not saying that there was something particular, but there is stuff going on in Sweden. Their rape percentage has gone up dramatically since 2014. It's not like it's like all of a sudden.
No. He's
not playing 4D chess. He's just getting lucky.
The problem with it is like, how do you approach a situation like that without being branded an Islamophobe? Like,
you don't care.
You don't.
The thing is though, you may not care, but other people
you literally can't do that.
No, but it's one of those problems where it's like, you can't handle that with like.
No, you don't acknowledge that you don't cater to be afraid of something that they're gonna label you that anyway. It's irrelevant.
Hey, actually, hold on. Before we get into this, I'd like to point out that kid who spammed Black Lives Matter on his college application.
Yeah.
on his Twitter, the pinned tweet, the image that accompanies his pinned tweet is contains the words "stay woke," and he's using the words "stay woke" unironically. So I just like to point that out.
But that particular kid too, because I did a video on this as well because I happen to cover all the socially relevant issues of the day.
Well, that's fun.
He was totally fucking involved. Like, he knew Hillary Clinton. He interned on her presidential campaign. He met President Obama. He spoke at TEDx about.
He was Casey Neistat.
So
Casey
like,
Neistat,
so he's in the know.
Yeah, this guy. So him spamming like Black Lives Matter.
No, it's more,
Guys,
hold on.
Guys, be right back.
So this is more of a slap in the
What
face
a-
for everybody who worked for a living. He just knew people, so he even gave no fucks and decided to do that.
Yeah, pretty much, and that's why he's like, oh, my unrepentant activism, or whatever the fuck word he used for it. It's like,
fuck you.
It's like, what in the shit, you know?
When I first thought of it, I was like mad at the university. Oh, I'm not mad at the university anymore. I'm mad at him.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at the university. I think the university
That's
is
privilege.
The thing is, though, I'd like to see his other like application. You know,
I don't think there was in Matt. He already knew he was getting in. Think about it. He already knew he was getting in.
Yeah, probably. Possibly.
There's
but he
no
just-
way he couldn't. I mean, you saw it. It was in big, bold-faced letters. That wasn't even big, giant letters. It was not even little letters. Like he was trying to get through it fast.
Yeah, I
Not
don't think
forced,
he was trying to
took
make a
his
social
time,
statement. I just don't think he
right
gave
on-
a shit.
No, I don't think it's possible he didn't give a shit, and he just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this. So I don't think that he essentially. I mean, I don't know. There could
let's
be
not
more to
virtue
the story, but
signaling.
the fact that this kid is so politically woke makes you really go,
Woke.
I think there's
No,
something, I
no.
think there's something there. You know, it's kind of
Woke
like
nigga.
it's kind of like what was it? Who was the Ahmed? The fucking Ahmed,
Ahmed.
the bomb kid, the clock
Oh.
kid, whatever it is. I just know it's Ahmed. It's Ahmed something or another, but he's in Qatar now. You know, and it's like his father played that whole thing for effect too. You know, and I guess I can't really like fault
It's
people anymore.
against the oppression Olympics, and here's my virtue signaling. Pew pew. I'm so special.
Well, it cracks me up though, the fact that the people have like, you know, run studies on people who virtue signal, and they realize, yeah, you just do it because you want to feel better about yourself. And that's honestly what I feel a lot of today's responses to the United thing were. It was just that like, oh god, I feel so bad for this guy. United's a piece of shit. And they're like, well, would you know, like, okay, you feel better about yourself now? And just, you know, whatever.
Well, the whole thing about it is they have misdirected anger. The anger is an establishment using force to cover up a fuck up of theirs.
Maybe.
I mean, if you really think about it, that's what my first initial feeling was when I see 3 security guards prying a man out of his seat that he paid for. That's my initial reaction, because he paid for that seat, and I'm hearing this in our chat. I'm seeing it on Twitter. I've actually just got done correcting someone who was wrong. That's your initial gut instinct it's every liberal in us, because we all got a little bit of that liberal, like, don't fuck with me and let me live my life and don't bring the man on me. Okay, everybody has that little piece into it. No matter how
I think
conservative you are,
everyone's-
everybody has that little piece.
I think everyone's relatively politically fluid. So,
Oh yeah,
you know, politically,
76
It's more of
political
degrees.
alignments.
yeah, but the thing is that when it comes to like certain things, like, you know, people go like, "Oh, Matt, you're just a fucking liberal. You're super fucking cuck liberal." And then I talk about this
Doesn't
particular
mean
story.
anything.
I talk about this story, and I'm just like, I don't agree with the way things turned out. Here's why. And they're like, "You're still a fucking cuck liberal, but you might have a conservative viewpoint right here."
Almost every American is liberal in some sense of the word.
right.
It's true.
Everybody
No.
wants to live their own life, but the two political the problem with America right now is we have the 2 biggest political parties. They're trying to be too encompassing, and they have to give into their core beliefs. So neither side are what they were like 30 years ago.
Yeah, they're making a Venn diagram now instead of 2 wings.
Oh shit! I left my fucking mic on. God damn it. Sorry.
Hopefully you weren't fapping.
No,
All
I'm
good.
smoking. So the fuck ever.
Okay. I heard some smoking.
I'll
but-
definitely mute my mic when I have to start.
Yeah, that's good. I appreciate that. Don't DSP this shit.
DSP tries it.
I mean, it is your face on a Harambe, but that's not telling, is it?
Oh my god, man! Fucking there. We don't have a Harambe this year. It's been almost a year since Harambe.
I know. Matt, I'm
Just
getting
eat
you a gorilla
You
soup.
can't
okay?
get another Harambe.
No, you
Bullshit, I
won't.
can
There
buy
will
it at
never
the
be.
Well, you're not going to get another Harambe this year, but you're going to get situations where people are in 3 separate instances this year. People have snuck into zoos and killed animals for sport.
Dude,
What the
Really?
fuck?
Yeah, there was
That's like a thing now.
there was
I love how
It
that
was-
Harambe thing actually just like turned from like a legitimate like fucking PETA sort of
It was a PETA false flag.
from that to a meme in like a fucking day.
Shit.
You know why it turned into a meme is because people got really fucking mad that the internet was having fun with something. It's like I've seen photos from this incident on United floating around on Facebook where somebody like photoshopped Negan from The Walking Dead, walking through the aisles of an airplane, and it says "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo."
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was
And
amazing.
it's like, oh, that's fucking horrible. Why am I laughing at this?
Because it's funny.
Like,
Matt.
okay,
Have you seen what
I-
Jeff
I saw-
Holiday tweeted out?
I showed it. Yeah. I was actually in the theater waiting to watch Fate of the Furious tonight, and I'm surfing through Twitter, and my girlfriend, I told her all about the situation, and so I found Jeff Holiday's tweet, but the way the Twitter app showed me was it was just the doctor's face, and I showed it to her, and I said, oh, wait, this is the guy that on the United flight, and she's like, oh wow, he looks pretty messed up. And then I'm all like, and then I hit the tweet, and it expanded to the rest of the meme. When you nut, but she keeps sucking. And my girlfriend just started fucking laughing. And again, we find humor in like the darkest of places, and that is it's like, and I agree with Milo Yiannopoulos here. It is the great unifier.
You have to.
We have to
That's
do
the
that
only
kind
way
of-
to
Well,
tolerate
if you didn't
it.
laugh, you'd cry.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's the only way to tolerate it. Period.
It's just hysterical to me that like some things like it very much goes back to the manatee debate from South Park. The whole like if one thing's off limits, everything's off limits or forbidden or whatever.
Oh yeah, you can't. I actually just got into it with my mom about a week and a half ago. We were watching a special on comedy, and she said something like not even a week before that, something unironically before the special came up about comedy, and she said they'll start doing it. It's like, Mom, what are you talking about? They've been doing it since the 50s, trying to censor comedy.
Exactly.
And then she goes and watches the thing, and she says, "Oh yeah, look, see here, this guy. It's in black and white."
Yeah, because nothing makes somebody more insecure than being laughed at. So of course people are going to try and be censorious for that. Satire is a potent weapon.
No, it very much is if used properly. A lot of times today, I don't think people fully, I don't think they fully get satire. To be honest with you,
Like Voltaire.
It's
if you
not about the
read
satire.
Voltaire-
It's that the satire is fit for a very unique ideology, and if you don't hold it, you don't get it. It's like feminist humor. Okay.
or you get it, and it makes you feel impotent,
It's cringe.
You know?
It's cringe.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
funny. It's cringe.
there's like some stuff I see like like I make dumb jokes all the time. Sometimes they land, sometimes they don't. But I'm gonna still keep making them because sometimes I make people laugh, which is why I do it.
Yeah, well, comedy is trial and error mostly.
Yeah,
so
it's very
you
trial
got
and
you
error.
got to kind of fail.
It's one of the things I was on a cruise ship last summer and they had like comedians. Every
You
night.
you were on a fucking cruise ship.
Yeah, man. I took my.
I've been on a cruise ship. Don't be knocking cruise ship, man.
I'm fucking
Was it
unsubscribed now.
the
Fucking-
Gulf of Tonkin?
No, it was not.
Hey, you're on a boat with thousands of people, and there's 14 bars on it. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Dude.
except the bars charge more than fucking hotel prices.
Dude, Bill Burr's plan to just start randomly fucking sinking cruise ships sounded pretty great to me.
I think can we all agree that Bill Burr is a fucking national treasure?
Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
Like,
Yeah.
I
don't know
think
what- I
he's
don't know
up
if
there
you-
with Carlin, honestly.
He's a
up there.
Massachusetts
he's
treasure.
not
hit or
that.
miss sometimes.
Him and Doug Stanhope.
Doug, no, I can't do Doug, man. I can't do Doug anymore.
No?
The reason why I
I
can't
love
do Doug
Doug
is because,
Stanhope.
okay, listen, I have no problem if you smoke weed. I have no fucking problem if you smoke weed at all. I think it's good for other people. My
Be
issue
careful,
with Doug,
Matt.
my issue
Be
with
careful,
Doug,
Matt.
my issue with Doug is that and this is my issue with a lot of stoners, is they wrap their entire existence around pot.
Yep.
And that's one of the things I'm
Yep.
just like, I can see where you have your audience. I can see some stuff you do, but like when I was down in San Diego a couple months ago, I'm hanging out with my brother, and he brings up getting Doug with high. And we
Yeah.
watched that for like an hour, and I'm like, this is the most boring goddamn thing.
Yeah, because to stoners, that shit is the funniest thing in the fucking world. But if you don't smoke, it's just completely lost on you.
Yeah, my brother
And
smokes,
that was my
so, like, that
point
might have
exactly
been it,
about
but-
earlier.
Half Baked is the exception. Half Baked was funny, even though I don't really smoke anymore.
I will say this though. So after we watched that, and I'm all like, we're talking about comedians. I asked my brother if he likes Bill Burr, and he's like, yeah, I like Bill Burr. I'm like, have you seen F is for Family? And he's like, no, what's that? And I'm all like, bringing up the Netflix.
I've only seen part of the first episode. I haven't
Dude,
finished.
that
I haven't
show's
Dude,
so
watch-
goddamn fucking funny.
The fucking new season's coming out.
I know. I think
Yeah.
next month, right? Like that's honestly what I'm most excited for in terms of like TV for a while. Give me,
Yeah.
I mean, even the Defenders.
Dude, like the ending to that show was like way more emotional than I expected it to be, though.
I know. It was like the whole conversation between was it Phil and or whatever Bill Burr's character
Vince and yeah, I don't know.
and then and Sam Rockwell. Just that whole conversation like right there, and then him just the whole thing with the fucking airline at the end. I was like, oh Jesus fucking Christ, But the thing I liked about F is for Family is that it felt so relatable. Like, and that I guess was also like it's also being reminiscent of All in the Family and how that was relatable from back in the 70s.
No, and like the thing is, like what I think differentiated it from like a lot of other comedy shows is that like the antics that went down in each fucking episode, right? Like that actually had consequences for the next episode, which is pretty uncommon.
Yeah,
continuity
continuity.
Yeah,
is
that's
refreshing.
rare.
Night Gun Dog 87. Yeah, there was like I love the whole thing with like the wife, and she's selling Tupperware, but she doesn't make any fucking money. Right? Like, you catch that? You catch that?
No, she just gets like more plasterware for selling plasterware.
Yeah, more plasterware, and then she puts the bowl on her head and screams. It's just like what?
No, and then the dog just starts fucking her.
I know.
Well, there's a percentage that those type of structures can go in an area before it becomes too saturated, where literally everybody already has their goddamn Tupperware.
Yeah, it's like Avon. Like when millions of people were selling Avon in like the late 90s.
Well,
Yeah,
the
then
still
everybody
see
dropped
Avon
off.
and
There's like
Mary
nobody
Kay.
doing Avon anymore.
Like a lot of those pyramid schemes places.
Yeah, exactly.
They-
Like what was it? Kirby Vacuums. Kirby Vacuums was a huge one.
Yeah, I was actually
At
I was
least
actually
in the
in
Northeast.
something like that for a hot minute. I got suckered into it like back in the day when I was like.
I think they get everybody once in their life,
Well, the
or
thing is-
most people.
Well, they go with the thing that we're gonna start your own business. You're gonna be your own boss. People are gonna be working underneath you. It almost sounds like an actual business. Then you start realizing, no, it's not. It's you buying their shit.
Well, and the thing is, the one I was in though was for prepaid legal services, right? And that was like it's basically kind of like it's not having a lawyer on retainer, but it's having access to legal advice as well as some services. And I'm not gonna lie, the company total fucking pyramid scheme, horseshit. I fucking hated it. The service though, I still have it. Right? Like I still have the service. I think I still have the service. My girlfriend might not have it anymore. No, she has it through her work in a different company, but the service was really good because if you ever needed to talk to a lawyer and ever needed to get legal advice for literally anything, you called them and you're like, this is my problem. This is what I need. And they're like, okay, we're going to patch you through. We're going to have a lawyer call you back. And it would be a lawyer who is fluent or proficient in that particular area. Right. And so it's like you could just get legal advice and they would represent you in court up to 1,000 hours if you were being sued. So it's like
that sounds like a decent service. Actually,
it was a fucking decent system. It was like $26 a month. It was a decent fucking system. Service was fucking
Christ.
great.
That's a
it's cheap as shit. And it's like this now. They're under a legal shield or something. They sold the company and they're under a different brand now. But it's something that like I recommend to people who are doing like YouTube that do a lot with maybe not fair use and shit like that to get like advice for what is good legally because there's lots of
it's like Hotline like Hotline Legal Zoom sort of.
It's like it's a subscription service that you get that shit and I thought it was good. I've been offered like people fucking Jesus Christ man like you'd be amazed
Wait,
how many
Matt.
times I get fucking sponsorship offers that are really just fucking pyramid schemes.
I was just gonna say, are you still on the payroll? You just made that pretty convincing.
No, no, no. I'm not on the. I haven't been. I haven't been with them since 2001,
I'm
on
fucking
an
around.
official capacity, and anything else. So nah. I
No, but it does sound like a good service. I mean, some stuff speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Like,
so that's the
Hey,
only
Matt.
issue. Is it? I was like, I liked the fucking service, but the company was god awful. Okay, remember Jodi Arias? Remember that whole story?
yeah.
Right? Like the dude she killed was a fucking dude who worked for prepaid legal. Like they both were in prepaid legal in that pyramid scheme shit. So
You needed
I mean,
that divorce lawyer.
it's not even the same fucking issue. That had nothing to do with her murdering him in cold blood, and then trying to blame it on somebody else. But it had that's where they met, was at one of those prepaid legal events and shit. So that's their claim to fame.
He did not get good advice.
So,
Hey Matt,
yeah.
guy in chat, Daka, dude, why is life always in hardcode mode? Because the drops are better.
The drops aren't always better. The fucking loot can suck.
Then you're playing it wrong.
You play, yeah, sure. Like that's what I feel like with the Fast and the Furious. It's like everything's in fucking, like it just keeps getting easier. But no, it's a crazy good service. I don't know what it is these days. I used it years ago. I'm not on it anymore. I just remembered that I think I'm with another one through my girlfriend's work. But it's just something like that. It's good to have that access to that shit anyway, because interpreting the law, as we've been discussing tonight with everything going on with United, is clearly an issue.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the screecher has to call that phone line.
Well, apparently, and I don't know. Again, this is all we're hearing, rumor and conjecture constantly, but I guess according to someone, the doctor was on the phone with his lawyer prior to the security guards coming in, and it's like, where's that shit coming out?
No, the twist is he's actually the lawyer too.
Okay, and
OG Shively, drops are pretty shit. That means you're farming. Get it back in the raid.
It's just, man, these situations though, they're gonna keep happening, and then the downside to it is like, how do you have like a nuanced discussion about things these days? And I don't really feel like you can. I just don't feel like you can anymore.
Yeah. I mean, especially with stuff like Twitter and just, I mean, all of the intent is taken out of text, and that's
Twitter
such
is
a
cancer.
huge, it's such a huge part of how we communicate with each other now. Barely anybody is talking voice to voice. It's all text to text, and
There's a lot of things lost in a conversation without face, without voice, just straight text.
Exactly.
It's all you imprint yourself of your mindset and emotion in your text when you read it.
Exactly. We've evolved to take.
I read back my
social
text and I
cues.
hated myself.
Yeah, it definitely is enlightening to read some of the stuff you said back, coming back to it later. You're like, man, I wonder how that person actually took that.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I was saying it is funny to read stuff that you've sent to people through text mediums later on in life, and you wonder how the person actually reacted to it later on because you forget how the conversation was going, and it's like, Jesus, I hope they took that the right way.
Yeah, well, like a couple weeks ago, my girlfriend asked me to come get her, and usually I text back okay, but I just said fine. Like, yeah, that's fine. I
Yeah,
said fine, and then yeah, like it turned into
You
that whole
fucked
thing.
up, Matt.
It was. I got the. Yeah, trust me. I had to.
that was
Have you ever
voluntary
just
punishment.
right,
sent
Matt?
back a
Fine
singular
is not
K
the-
to her, like an uppercase or lowercase singular K
with a
as a
period?
response?
With a period.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you gotta watch.
Or an
out for that shit.
ellipsis. Or an ellipsis. You send K with an ellipsis and it's on.
Wait, oh, I didn't realize that at all. That's a new one on me.
What's that?
Oh, that's a new one on me.
What, the K with the ellipsis?
Yeah.
Yeah, you send the K with the 3 dots and it just leaves everything open-ended and people react confused as fuck to it.
Oh, okay.
Like they don't know if it's attitude, they don't know if you're just despondent for the day, but either way they're confused when they see you.
It means you trailed off.
Yeah. One of my things that I really like though is from like I think it was like the second season of that 70s show when like Hyde is teaching Jackie like how to be cool, You know, it's like, you
Oh.
ever just want to be like aloof,
Yeah.
just say like, "That's cool," you know, or like, "Whatever, man." You know, it's so confusing. No one knows how to respond because you don't quite know how. You know, like, "Oh, hey, you want to go hang out? That's cool."
And it is honestly one of like the best pastimes is to just give people those kind of like ambiguous responses and watch their face as they try and figure out how to respond to
Yeah.
it. It is satisfying as fuck.
You're not talking about text. You're talking about.
Yeah, just in
No,
general.
well,
I mean, you can do it with text
before,
too.
yeah.
But the thing is, with text,
Before
though,
when
it's
I
like-
said the K thing, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
with-
talking about text, but
with text,
Gets
though,
lost in
it's
translation.
fucking crazy because it's like sometimes you don't know like what you know, like especially if it's like you are trying to like talk to someone you like, you know, like a romantic thing, and you're trying to like,
Yeah.
understand the meaning of it all. It's just it will drive you fucking insane.
yeah, and at that point your mind's in hyperdrive anyways, so you're gonna come up with a million different things.
Yeah.
Exactly, and I
I
think
don't know, like-
that's a good way of looking at
Yeah.
a lot of how we process situations in general upon first reaction.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I've like especially with like that, like you said, like with that, like when you have like a romantic interest, it's like I have like a really bad habit of like fucking taking every single thing the person says to heart.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never have that problem.
Try having 137,000 subscribers on YouTube. It can get pretty fucking wild.
Are
like,
you
they're-
romantic? Are they romantic
dude.
interests?
136,000
Dude,
hypersensitive.
It's a lot of it's well, there's always a fine
136,000
line.
Tinder matches.
There's always a fine line with the kind of comments you get on here, but sometimes you can't tell if someone's being a dick, if they're being a cunt, if they're being a cock, or they're just being a bitch. You can't
Or if
fucking
it's
tell.
Dude,
Especially if
we
it's
all
all
Matt,
on
I'm
want
gonna let you know right now.
Fuck
Half the
Matt
time I don't know
Stick,
what I'm talking about. The other half, I'm just fucking with you.
No, and that's how a lot of it is too. But it's like, you know, I know people that just like they don't even like read their comments anymore. You know,
Well, how do you take jizz on a paper? Jizz on paper.
You know
that's
they
an
don't read it
interesting
when they
thing.
give it a typo. They literally don't even look over it. They just send.
Yeah. Well, no, and speaking of the jizz thing, I mean, just in terms of like getting what the fuck shit done, I've literally had somebody take a picture of my Twitter avatar, fucking jerk off on it, take a picture, and send it
Yeah,
back
that's
to
what I
me.
was referring to.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was referring
it's
to.
like, It's like this that will fuck with your head a little bit. You're like, it's almost like a compliment because you're like, well, I mean, you came on my face, so
And the point is too, is if they're to the point where they're sending that to you as a picture, you wonder how many times they did it before and didn't send it as a picture.
or how many people they've actually sent it as a picture too, just done on their different Twitter accounts.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's like I'm pretty certain I'm not the first.
Wait, so like
fucking
Matt,
one.
that would like flatter you, right?
No,
that would-
no. It was
that would
creepy
be
as shit.
flattering?
It was creepy as shit.
I mean that's not.
I guess
the
you could
important
say in
part.
that guy's eyes, you were cream of the crop.
I guess so. I guess in that particular
You're
situation,
welcome.
yeah.
Like, would you take into account like how thick it is, or like
I wasn't looking
If
at
only
at
cropped
the
is
fucking,
Was there any chunks in there?
Yeah.
Was it
No, I didn't
yellowish?
see-
Do you
oh,
think
God
you might
damn
want
it.
to see a
I didn't see any
doctor?
fucking chunks in the dude's jizz. All right, I wasn't looking at like how was it? Is it viscous? Is that the word? Or
You should have
Viscous.
thrown-
Correct, sir.
you should have-
Viscous is the word you're looking for.
what?
You should have thrown him for a loop by just getting completely indignant about how many fist babies he just wasted.
No. What I should have done is I should have taken that photo, jerked off on that photo, and photographed.
oh my.
It would
There
have
you
been
go.
jizz-ception. It would have been a total
Meta
jizz-ception
jizz.
moment. Because he was like, what the
Meta
fuck? Did you just
jizz.
come on your own face? Mix it together.
That's the
Narcissism
Metamaster.
101.
Metamasturbate. Metabate.
Yeah, pretty much.
Matt's playing 4D chess, everybody. Right there, you saw it all.
That's exactly how this is working. You know, clearly
like those-
I learned
it's like-
from Donald Trump.
It's
There
like when
you
you
go.
take a
There you go.
mirror.
Daddy
when
Trump
you
will
take
take
a
us there.
mirror.
What
It's like when you
fuck
take
is
a
that?
mirror and hold it up to a mirror.
Nah, dude,
And just
Donald
keep
Trump's
going.
playing fucking
Oh,
1488
speaking of which,
chess.
I got my ass chewed out because I made a thing about them taking mirrors out of the some dorm's bathroom for girls. And I said, well, at least we're not going to see any more selfie pictures in the bathroom from narcissistic girls. And then I had this one chick go fucking nuts on me. So that went on for like 3 days.
Yeah, I get people out there. There's one particular person, there's one YouTuber who like got mad at me over some shit and like did a response video, and then I just didn't comment on it. And then they were like in a live stream yelling about how I'm not giving them my time. I'm
Wait,
not
who?
even making that up.
The answer is
Who?
you're right, honey. I'm not.
You didn't know that's in the YouTube
That's in the
community
YouTube terms of
guidelines?
service. Gotta
Wait,
give
wait.
you my fucking time.
Who
Shit
are
just
you
got
talking
real.
about?
I'm not gonna say their name. I don't want to give them.
Okay.
I don't want to
No,
give.
no.
No, I just missed the first part to that.
Matt, I think I know who you're talking about,
It's entirely
sir.
possible.
I think I'm completely possible, and that's fine. I think you have complete right to do so as well.
Well, okay. The question is though, just so we're on the same page, is it a male or a female?
It's a female, sir.
And you would be correct.
I know who it is because I remember the whole thing about it, which is cool. I'm just kind of wondering how that all started between y'all. In that
Long story short,
short stories, please.
It first popped up after the whole Candid situation happened. After I did a video for them, and
Shoeonhead?
No, not Shoeonhead.
No, not
Hey, I might
about
actually
that.
get to meet Shoeonhead. I would like to meet Shoeonhead and Armored Skeptic. We don't get along,
I
but I'd
wouldn't.
like to meet him anyway.
I wouldn't.
Oh,
at all.
Armor just shat on all over his people.
Again?
Um,
Armored shits
the
all
last
over
airing
himself.
It's a
video.
Monday.
I don't like either of them. They're kind of pieces. I don't know. They're just really fucking annoying.
Well, as people,
And, like,
I don't
their
like
shit on
Sophie too
Twitter
much
just-
because she really just kind of feeds off of whatever Greg tells her to believe in that aspect. But her videos are comical, and I do enjoy them. But her as a person, not so much.
Well, the thing is, the great thing about this platform is that it allows anybody to come together and like discuss things. But it does very much turn into a scenario very similar to Twitter, where people don't really discuss; they just fire rockets at each other from across the web.
Well,
And
it's the lack of people being able to converse is the problem.
So, okay, hold on. Some guy in the chat's been spamming really odd questions. Let me answer this real quick so he'll stop, apparently. Would
Take the
I
big
rather
guy's
stick my
urethra.
penis in the urethra of a giant man or have a tiny guy stick his penis in my urethra? Neither, because a dick fucking a dick.
The answer
is
you're
not-
looking for is yes.
It's not really something that I'm into. And I've seen that shit on fucking 4chan.
This is where we go to our traps gay.
It's yes to all. It's kind of like the question: if you're buried up to your neck in shit and someone throws a bucket of vomit on you, do you duck?
No, like literally, like one of the first times I went to 4chan, I learned about the term docking.
Oh,
And then-
God,
and then,
man.
like-
What? You didn't learn it from your dad like I did?
No. No,
Oh
but this
my
is so
God.
funny. So funny. A couple years ago, I was working on this. I did a gig where I had to go to San Francisco to judge a high school debate tournament, and there were like 4 of us in a hotel room, like 2 dudes, 2 chicks, and the other guy that was there was he's a gay dude, and we're talking. We're getting kind of like we're just all hanging out.
It's a trap.
I'm asking him questions, and I said, "Hey man, have you ever heard of docking?" Right, and he's like in his like late 40s, early 50s, right? He's an older gentleman, and he starts laughing. He's like, "Yeah, I've heard of it." I'm all like, "All right, dude, all right, fucking truth time. Have you ever docked with somebody?" And he goes, "I have," and I'm all like,
Jesus.
"Is it
fucking Christ.
what it seems like?" And he goes like, "It's actually pretty fucking weird, but I did it." And I'm like, "All right, well, you know what? Hey man, props to you for fucking for
How
for
that?
Oh no, they're straight up. They
The
are
physics,
straight up,
dude, the
you,
physics
if
of
you're not
that.
trolling them, they will answer any of your questions.
Yeah. Well, no,
Wait,
I
how have I not heard about this before?
well, do you know? Okay,
Oh my
docking.
God,
Docking.
man.
Come into this back room and I'll show you.
It's on Urban Dictionary. And I'm looking at it. Okay.
That is one of the most disturbing sexual practices. I
It
think
is so
it beats
weird.
coprophagia.
Like,
It
how
beats
the fuck do you
coprophagia.
get the foreskin to spread that wide? You know what I mean? Like, you need a pair of
I don't know.
forceps.
Want to find out?
Dude, go
I've
in
seen a
there.
picture of a man put his own fist in his anus.
What?
Yeah, but that's actually kind of
To
mundane.
ask
bada
what the
bing.
body can
Oh,
do.
mundane. But get it?
Ba-dum.
Because it's mundane, Matt.
Yeah. Every
Compared
time
to
every
docking,
time I
that's
hear
nothing,
someone
though.
say something's mundane, I'm like, oh god, just I've said that word more times than I ever fucking care to.
Your name has been remixed so many times in the last couple of chats I've been into. That's what I was referring to last night.
Okay. Yeah, no, that happens all the time. It's perfectly fine. It's perfect.
It is a fun name to remix. Mine have been all complimentary, by the way.
Have I guess? Or once, like, I don't know. It was like on the Xbox 360, Xbox Live, but I got sent like a link to some shit, and I couldn't open it on the Xbox, so I had to do it through the app. And it was like
This
it was
just-
just some random guy in a Halo 4 game.
This sounds
All right.
ominous.
So like I opened it up through the Xbox 360 app on my phone, and it was a video of a woman
Hey guys.
stepping
back.
on a kid or stepping on like some dude's dick, and like
Oh my fucking god.
it
I've
like
seen
burst
I've seen that
open,
kind of shit.
Oh my fucking god. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen the Pain
and it
Olympics?
was like with her high heels and shit. I don't know.
Have you seen the Pain Olympics?
No.
Yeah, I've seen the Pain Olympics, man.
I heard most of it's fake, but that is fucking disturbing regardless.
Yeah.
That shit, ugh.
No,
Ultimate
but like
cringe.
what she did is like she took her high heel, right, and she put it down like the dude's urethra, like of his erect dick, and like the
Oh,
dick split open.
fuck.
And
Oh, fuck.
I was like 10, so
Oh my fucking god.
I've
That
seen-
I just
Nice story. That's a nice story.
it's pretty hot, my dude.
yeah.
There's so much craziness that goes on, with that shit, and it's like
That's a level of commitment, man. Like to destroy your dick for one really fulfilling sexual gratification. Like you gotta. That's commitment. That is
Well,
commitment, man.
It's I remember back in the day, like back when I first got cable internet, which was 2000 or 1999 when I moved down to San Diego, and I had been on this chat room. I think it was like Yahoo Chat or something, and someone recommended styleproject.com. Right, and I was just like,
It's STIL, right?
yeah, I think it's STIL, yeah, and it's like, but that's
Yeah.
old school shit though. That's fucking old school.
Yeah. That's
Like,
like
one
E-Bomb's World and
Yeah,
shit like
well,
that.
it was way more fucked up than E-Bomb's World, but it's like right around, I think now this shit would be considered fucking tame.
What was that? It was like there was one called like Project Rotten or something that was
There
really
was
bad.
rotten.com and there was like
Yeah,
goregallery.com.
Matt.
Yeah.
Matt. I was reading. I just saw movie
Typing
plot.
intensifies.
Plot.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
just
hold
clickety
on.
clack and just
Talk and then
Um,
type.
Typing
I was got-
intensifies.
I just saw a big Twitter outraged on Paul's lack of hair in Fort Renderer.
What?
I'm saying someone's outraged about Paul's hair because of his blonde hair. He doesn't have blonde hair.
Who's
Twitter.
blonde?
Paul, Marvel. His hair's no hair.
I don't know what's going on.
I know, I'm hearing
you
clickety clack.
type it.
Somebody has. Somebody
shit,
has
sorry.
like, the
Christian,
old
it's Christian,
school-
it's Christian.
I thought I fucking muted myself. Fuck me.
Oh, it's all
Yeah.
good. It's all good. I thought it was the
Yeah,
same guy. I was like,
No, I'm the same guy. I'm just I was eating
No,
and came back.
people are saying that I'm 13 in the chat, and I am not 13. So
It's like,
Yeah, he is
I'm not
15
13,
and
I
a
am-
half. Now, you
I
just calm
am
yourself.
14, my boy.
the goyim no.
I know, but like somebody said, oh, well, Halo 4 when he was 10, therefore he was 13. It's like Halo 4 came out in 2012, my dude. So I don't know what fucking math you're using to get that. But I would seriously recommend getting yourself checked for some autism.
That's
And,
that Nivea math, dude.
Yeah. I mean, her name was Chelsea, so she's a woman, so I can get why she's not that great at math. But, you know.
Oh,
oh,
red pilled, my dude.
Yeah, what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
That was
Chris
shrimp pilled.
Hemsworth's hair.
Shrimp pilled.
People getting outraged about his hair in the
people get
movie.
outraged over everything these days.
Who?
Yeah,
Thor's hair?
Yeah, Twitter outrage.
So they're
has
pissed
never
about
happened.
Immigrant Song and the hair.
Yeah,
Pretty soon they're gonna
And-
be pissed about Hulk's hue of skin.
and another one, another
It's
thing.
not green
Someone-
enough.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not
Yeah,
forest
This is
green.
clearly a
It's-
case of Olive Lives Matter.
It's
Yeah,
more
and-
lime green than forest green. Pissed.
And
It's
someone else.
Pimento Lives
We
Matter.
need to save
Yeah,
all
light-
the green
light-
bodies.
Light green privilege.
And someone's some man got angry because why is the woman so powerful? Like, why is thing so powerful? The girl from
Chelsea, why would I know who fucking Zoe Quinn's photographer is?
I fucking hate her. Oh my god, I fucking hate her.
Wait, Matt.
Like,
oh god.
I was around during Gamergate, but I literally don't know who that is.
That's Zoe Quinn. Zoe Quinn's
Photographer.
That's
name. No, her
big
real
slutty.
name is Chelsea Van Valkenburg.
Wait, really?
That's her real fucking
No
name.
fucking
yeah.
way.
I'm not kidding you. That's
How
her
did
real
I?
name.
Wait, I'm on
How
Zoe
did you,
Quinn's
how did you,
former
how did you not know
photographer.
that? The answer is simple. You're a normie. It's okay, dude. It's okay.
Dude, I was around during
And then-
Gamergate
and
and I
then-
was
and then the
involved with it, I
Avatar
guess.
Five
But I mean, I was like 12, so whatever.
I totally
Yeah,
missed Gamergate. I was too busy raising a family.
No,
I was.
yeah.
I can't say anything. I was in Gamergate in the fucking middle of that shit.
Fucking Gamergate garbage. Oh,
Fucking
Wait,
Gamergate.
when did
That's been like
Zoe
a,
Quinn's
like a
real
little,
name
little
come
pet
out?
project for me is actually trying to extrapolate all the shit from Gamergate. I have
When
like
did-
all the
that's
sites
fucking-
down.
when did
It is
Zoe
It's
Quinn's
so
real name
hard
come
to
out?
do. That's so
oh
hard
god,
to do
tell me
these
about
days.
it. I mean, Sargon's done a really good job of getting a lot of that stuff together.
Ask the Ralph retort.
Ask the Ralph retort.
Ask the Ralph retort for the truth.
No, but like
For the truth.
I thought I didn't
Okay.
really pay attention to Zoe Quinn after
Gamergate
like,
was
the
a false
first
flag.
initial stuff.
Literally, who?
No, but because like Zoe Quinn kind of like lost all relevancy after her
After Five Guys.
after Five Guys, like until the Crash Override stuff. But that was later.
Well,
She
What
literally
about the
only
other
was
one?
supposed to have 15 minutes of fame, but she tried to make it last 3 months.
well, the whole thing though, Zoe Quinn, like, she tried, like, she's still not relevant. Hasn't been relevant for a while in anything, and like, even though her book is coming out here, I think like next month or something. It's
And
not
all
go-
5 people will get it.
Well, the thing is though, the image I saw said that it was like #1 in best selling, so I'm pretty sure a lot of her fucking fans pre-ordered it.
She has
You know,
fans.
yeah.
Yeah, she's got fans.
Dude, she makes $4 million or $4,000 a video or some shit. She's getting
She
her
spent-
Patreon's crazy.
Yeah,
She
like
spent the whole
Patreon.
advance on buying her own book.
Dude, like didn't
What about
Notch
the
used to
other
donate to her
lady?
Patreon?
What about the other lady? What's the name? The other SJUHW.
Oh, Brianna Wu.
Brianna
Yeah.
who?
Yeah, and the other one, and the other one
Anita
What's the name?
Sarkeesian.
That-
I don't
We
know.
Yeah,
need
that
a
bitch.
woo man to get
Oh,
the
the
job.
Trio of hate.
I'll
It's
tell you
true
this.
of
I've
hell.
said this before,
fucking
and I
woo,
will
man.
say this every time. I would just love to have a conversation with Anita Sarkeesian, just a general conversation.
Fuck
Just-
Anita.
just
Brianna
a
Wu.
random-
I want to talk to
Brianna Wu is a bullshit artist.
She's
She's
straight up.
batshit insane.
Dude, I
She's
want her to
batshit
win.
insane.
I want her to fucking win so bad.
She's not gonna
First
win.
tranny fucking governor. Come on.
No,
She's
she's
gonna
not running
lose.
for governor.
she's- Congressman,
She's a
Congressman.
political. She's a
Wait,
political third
yeah,
rail.
Congressman.
No. What?
Okay, Congressman,
How would you guys feel if all of a sudden she goes down like Martin Luther King? Brianna Wu is just the next like civil rights legend.
No,
No.
not
How-
it's all about her.
How would you?
I don't know
feel
why I
about,
keep
like-
calling her.
Wait,
her.
are you saying that she's gonna be like transgender and like transracial?
No, I'm not
that'd be
saying
pretty
she's
No,
great.
going
I
to
think
be.
he's. I think he's. I
Yeah,
think he's
yeah.
trying to talk about somebody. Like taking her out is what I interpreted that. to be.
Oh.
No.
She's not. She's not even worth the bullet. What are you talking about?
No, that's not what I was saying.
Okay, so you're
that
okay.
is
So
not-
you're saying like, what
No.
if she ascends to like MLK status, right? So
What if the historical record just had such a misconception about her? Like, what would you do if, like, how would
She
you deal
fought
with
the
life?
alt-right during Gamergate and won.
How would you deal with life if that was how she went down?
anyone who reads Rational Wiki is going to read that level of fucking fan fiction, that level of revisionist history. Is gonna come
Yeah,
out of
exactly.
Rational Wiki,
No, yeah.
and so Brianna, in her own mind, is whatever. I don't know. What was the thing last week with Brianna? There was something like where like she wasn't disclosing her finances.
Correct.
entirely?
Yes, it was her finances for her running. She filed them late.
Okay.
10 campaign contributions.
Everybody who's running for
$27.
Congress is supposed to give up all the money that they have received for campaigning, and she hasn't done it yet.
Okay.
$27.
I wonder what's gonna happen with that because, granted the election's not till next year, so she's got a long way to go. But the guy who she's running against, I guess, is really well liked. So.
Oh yeah,
So
very
there's a-
well liked.
there's she's not gonna win. But again, I don't think she's trying to win. I think she's
No, she's trying to become relevant again. She's
Yeah,
trying to go
she's-
in there. She's going to go in there and lose, and then say, "See, they're transphobic."
Well, no, she
Yeah,
never
that's in the
actually, but she never
patriarchy.
pulls the transphobe card.
No, she won't.
She's
She'll
never
have-
admitted it.
She
doesn't
has
want to
said
win.
shit before, but she doesn't fall back on that. And the thing is, if you think about it, it's a really smart play that she does, because she's not trying to say like she has separated herself entirely from the trans community, in my opinion. You know, like every time it comes up, you know that it's fucking pandering, because she doesn't go out there and say I'm trans like so many trans people do. They wrap their identity around those.
No. True trans don't do that.
No, exactly. But this is what I'm talking about. The kind of like snowflake ones. They do, you know.
Yeah.
And
well, see, I like to tell people, and actually, this is another thing that I accidentally ran into, is that transgender is not a thing. Just like transracial is not a thing. Transsexuals is a thing.
Yeah, if
You
you're
see what I'm saying?
transitioning. If you're actually transitioning to something.
Well, no, not just that. Transgender is bullshit, because gender is a social construct, but your biological sex, transsexuals,
That's
is
what I'm
a
saying,
thing.
though. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're transitioning your actual sexuality. Like, you're transitioning.
Right.
from
That's
one
why they changed the
sexuality.
word again. These regressive always have to change words or make up words to make their bullshit relevant.
Yeah, it's lexicographical like games. That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's how they move forward.
It's how they win the Olympics with their mental gymnastics. It's how they get the gold.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's something. Actually, that was another thing I accidentally did.
Wait.
I got jumped on for that
Gold
saying
is
that
patriarchal.
transgender people is a mental disorder, and I had the entire chat jump on me for that. And then Blair White not Blair White.
You were vindicated.
She actually did. She actually did a video that it was. 3 days later, I honestly think she hasn't said anything to me, but I honestly think that because everybody jumped on me and said so many stupid things instead of directing any kind of things of what I was saying about they need psychological help because it is a mental disorder, and that most transgenders self-diagnose.
So I don't think that these people actually need like psychological help. Like I'm perfectly fine with them. Like
they have a 40% suicide rate. Oh,
no,
yes,
the thing is, no, but
holy shit.
That's like to deal with their depression. All right, but
what's the depressed about? That's why you have to go get psychological help, because it's an identity crisis with themselves. It's not about changing them, and I think that's what a lot of people have misconceptions about psychology. It doesn't change you. It's to make you accept who you are and accept how the world is.
Okay, but like now, here's the thing. Like my rule with transsexual people is like there is no such thing as gender fluid, and like anybody who like isn't actually like trying to transition and like they're not just insanely open about it and like they tell fucking everybody and like they use it for the basis for every fucking argument, like because like the thing is, like, if you were like that, you wouldn't want to talk about it so much because, like, you are pretty ashamed of it. But, here's the thing. My rule is gender fluid is fake, transsexual is real, but it's not, a legitimate gender. It's just a mental condition.
I mean, they're all based around people going between, like, male or female, right? Like, that I have no issue with whatsoever. I don't give a shit. Because, Like whatever you do in the comfort of your own fucking home is none of my concern. But when people are like, they come out and they're just like, oh, I'm moon gender. I'm the gender of the man in the moon.
But that's literally the definition of what a snowflake is. They want to be a delicate, special thing.
And I think Tumblr has led quite a bit to that particular mentality being a thing. And also,
and
people
that's the
on
thing,
YouTube
though,
that talk about that, like that particular side of it, where you've got all those people that are like, what is gender? And then they go off on some fucking weird tangent that makes no sense. Like, it's just...
Well, they're muddying the water.
Yeah.
No, and the
trying to convolute the conversation.
The fucked up thing is they act like these are completely new ideas, but they're all based around the binary. They claim to be against the binary, but they base all of their descriptions of these genders on the binary. Like how it relates to either male or female. Like I'm between male and female. So why is every single description of these things a basis on the binary?
Hey, Christian, can you turn like your mic off, my dude?
Did I just level up? Did I just level up?
We're just playing Star Wars.
Okay.
Oh, so basically you red-pilled Blair White.
I don't think I red pill. She just said she never touched it because she thought it was a third rail because she knew she was going to get into a world of shit when she did it.
Yeah, but that seems weird to me because she's always in a world of shit.
Well, most of us are to an extent, depending on what you talk about. You know,
Oh
we
yeah, she
tend.
gets it from both sides. She gets it from both the straight community and the trans community,
Yeah.
and the left and the right, because she doesn't fit into everybody's box. But nobody fits in a box.
Exactly. Exactly. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, people a lot of times, you know, like, and I like to rag on Alex Jones a lot because I think it's funny. But, you know, and like earlier today, there was a shooting in San Bernardino, and that was tragic as shit. And I jumped on Twitter, and I'm like, how long until Alex Jones claims that it was a false flag? And man, I pissed off some of his fucking fans.
Yeah, they're rabid.
They're just
Oh, it
like,
doesn't
"How-
take much."
He never said that. He never said that. I'm all like, here is a snippet, and here is a transcript of that snippet. And then they're just like, no, 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 but he clarified his statements later.
Whoa, 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 whoa! So what you're saying is he backpedaled?
Yeah.
How does
I
that
know.
make me wrong?
No,
That is the most.
I refuse to go along with this, and I'm seeing through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
the fuck?
I love Super Saiyan Alex Jones.
Yep.
No, the thing is,
Oh, he's the
Alex
greatest
Jones to me-
meme that ever lived.
Alex Jones to me is a fantastic salesman. A fantastic salesman. But and a showman. And that's what he is. You know? Like, that's what he is. But I heard
Used
him the other day.
conspiracy
I always
theory.
feel like when I'm watching Alex Jones on anybody's stream, it seems like it's like I have to realize to myself that this is like 2017 Alex Jones. That this is not something that I haven't heard like 10, 15 years ago, because he's so regressive in a lot of the ways that he presents himself.
But what he does for the water filter market cannot be understated.
Oh, I agree.
Exactly. Exactly. I just
Have you guys heard the theory that he's actually just like or controlled opposition, because like 80% of what he says is true, but like the other 20% is just fucking crazy bullshit?
That is the ultimate red pill. And Alex Jones has the truth of it. All will be revealed in time, man.
I will say this though.
He's
the
a
best
trans-dimensional
Alex Jones-
pedophile.
The best Alex Jones moment so far was him going against the Young Turks. 'Cause that was just fucking great.
Yeah.
That was
Yes.
just
See,
fucking
he
great.
actually did it right. He did it right where Steven Crowder kind of tried to bandwagon
Crowder,
afterwards.
yeah. Well, Crowder
It did not work.
Crowder going after Cenk like that was it summarizes Crowder to the T. Bandwagoning is just you're right. It's like the best word for it.
It was so cringy, man. It was so cringy. Like, I appreciated the first, 10 seconds of it, but when he wrote it out sitting at the desk for however long he did it, it was just like, God, man, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I had to when I was in line tonight to go see Fate of the Furious. They also were doing a screening for the movie The Promise, right? And the movie The Promise takes place in 1913 in Turkey during the Ottoman
Yeah.
Empire.
That's the one we were talking about. That the Armenian genocide, right?
And I talked to a couple women who were like elderly women who were there to go see it, and they didn't know what it was. And I said, I find it refreshing that they're making a movie, all kind of set during the Armenian genocide. And then I just in my mind I immediately wanted to say, I wonder what Cenk Uygur thinks of this.
He wrote it, man.
But then again, it's like these women wouldn't know who he is, you know.
What would you do if all of a sudden you look at the script and underneath it says written by Alex Jones
I would probably watch it
in collaboration with Steven Crowder?
I would watch it. I mean, I watched Loose Change. I've watched a lot of Alex Jones's earlier documentaries.
And Alex Jones is just
Wait, Alex
capable
Jones
of
made
writing.
this change?
Alex Jones.
No.
He produced it.
Wait, really?
Well, he.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I don't know if he like how much involvement he had in it, but Infowars.
He was associated with the people.
Yeah, Infowars heavily pushed it, and I downloaded it and I watched it when it came out, and I thought it was interesting. But then, see, the thing is, like, I'm not a truther.
How many editions did you watch?
I think I just watched the first one because it was so fucking long. I never
really
went back
gets-
and watched any editions.
It gets more mind blowing every time.
But I will say this though. Remember that show Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura?
Yes.
Okay, so like that show is fake as fuck, right? But it's funnier than shit at the same time. I went to a
Did
party.
you just call my show fake?
I went to a party in L.A. and there was Jesse Ventura's son was there. It was a friend of the guy's birthday it was, and I'm talking to him, and he worked on conspiracy theory, and I guess he was on the show at that point. I had just stopped watching, but I asked him. I said, "Hey man, like what was the whole 9/11 episode like? What was when you guys went to the building and like looked in and saw some of the wreckage, And he's like, "Oh man, that was like fucking crazy, man." Like I'm like, "Do you believe that it was a false flag?" He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah," And I'm like, "All right, cool, good talking to you." Like I don't know what, like
Yeah, did you see that? Did you see that BBC thing that they did where they actually took some of the truthers to the site and they talked to a couple of engineers and everything like that? And there was this one guy who actually left the documentary shoot, going back on what he believed. He actually admitted that he thought it was all bullshit. And he got castigated by everybody else in the movement, man. Like these people tried to eat him alive. It was crazy to watch. He has some. I think he had a YouTube channel a little while back. You'd have to look him up. It was BBC. I forget what the name of the program was, but he ended up doing like a skeptic interview. I mean, an interview with some sort of skeptic.
Skeptic?
Yeah, I think it might have been skeptic.
Put a little trademark after
trademark.
that.
Trademark.
Yeah.
TM that shit, man.
yeah,
But yeah, but it was crazy to watch because the way he got treated after he came out and was like, "Oh, I don't believe it," was some crazy shit.
yeah,
Like it's a whole industry, man. The truther thing is a whole industry now.
Oh, absolutely. It's a whole industry and everything else like this. That was actually one of this is crazy. Okay, so a couple of years ago, when I first got into doing YouTube, I was reading about like ways to attract subscribers, right? And like how to like build an audience, because I think every one of us does it.
Show him your scrote.
Well,
Be Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Actually, not too far off. Now,
Yeah.
this was
yeah.
right after Sandy Hook happened, right? And so
Ooh.
the Sandy Hook truther thing is fucking.
You mean the false flag?
the false flag that Alex Jones claims he never actually said. He called it a systemic.
Yeah, now that he's
erasure or
associated with the president, he has to backpedal and all that shit.
Oh, exactly.
Well, yeah, because you can't blame it on the establishment anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
gotta
Now
love
they're
that he
the
backpedaled on fucking on Pizzagate like a motherfucker. But anyway, so this article, I was on a website, like I think it was like a black hat website or something, and someone was asking like how to get popular or like how to make money on YouTube, right? There's a bunch of articles about that. And one guy says, here's what you do: you go in and you go look for open source videos, right? And you create an account, and you can basically re-upload open source videos. People, put Creative Commons on there, and you can re-upload it. So then what you do, and this is 2012 YouTube, not 2017, way different. But he goes like, you can go up there and you can re-upload, find everything you can about Sandy Hook, and just rename everything like Sandy Hook never happened, or
Jesus
or
fucking
things like
Christ.
that, and then just rip those other videos that people have put up there, and then just keep them coming out like once a day. And I'm reading this article, and I'm like,
That's that SoFlo Antonio, Doug.
it is kind of like that, yeah. So I went and I started like looking up Sandy Hook truther stuff, and lo and behold, all the same videos are popping up on different people's channels, and everything. And it's like fucking shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the pre-clickbait, man.
Yeah, it was fucking horrible, and everything. It's just like, I get it. There are people out there that are suspicious of the official story, that they're suspicious of all these things, and some conspiracy theories are absolutely legit. But
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being skeptical in both ways. Trademark.
Yeah. And the downside to it is that sometimes people get lost in it. I think when it comes to InfoWars, a lot of it is confirmation bias. People want this shit to be real because I think they want to be right about it because it would somehow validate the feelings they have about life.
Yeah, you feel like you're the lone warrior, or not
Well,
the
nobody
lone
likes
warrior,
to
but
look stupid either.
Yeah, there's that, I mean, like, and the problem is when like you get to a community where like you're espousing your opinions. Sometimes I feel
we know
like,
the truth.
Like, yeah, like whose truth is it? Like your truth, their truth, or everybody else's truth? And that's a lot of the issues that we have here. And then you get into like a lot of the cult of personality on this thing. So like again, that goes back to my earlier point about how people like aren't really talking they're just kind of firing shots at each other from across the way, and then they let their fans kind of battle it out, because the fans are kind of like warriors for them to an extent. It's one of the reasons why I really try not to like go after other YouTubers unless it's something like illegal or
Yeah, that's one thing I have noticed about you. You will take the high road and say, I don't want to talk about it. I've seen you do that twice now.
So
Personally.
basically, what I'm getting for this is I've got to go verbally assault Anita Sarkeesian.
Well, okay, I have talked about Anita Sarkeesian for 5 years.
I was fucking around.
And I catch shit for that all the fucking time. But the reason why I continue to do so is because it's always something different, and it's never like I'm always like criticizing what she says or how she says it, not the person in general. And I do tell people don't go after her or whatever, but it's also like I feel she's also such a fucking charlatan.
Oh,
I mean,
big time.
you really can't do much about what your audience does. I mean, they have you in common, but other than that, they're their own people, man.
No, they absolutely are, and I don't take blame for that. Like during
That's
the
not
whole,
what Matt's saying, yeah.
I've always hated that argument when like different social justice people get crazy about that. Like, why don't you rein in your fans? How the hell are you supposed to?
yeah.
And you're talking about the 50 splinters motto.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, you got
Baron,
that.
why don't you control your people? It's like, well, quit saying stupid shit, you cunt.
Yeah, I know that was a good one. Yeah, I mean, like, during the election, I got that quite a bit from some people. They were telling me like, "Well, why don't you your audience is full of Trump supporters?" I'm like, "And?"
So is Sam Harris.
Actually, I think half
he
of them
wasn't
only
even a
are.
Trump supporter.
And
Technically.
I'm not a Trump supporter, but I was willing to give the guy the benefit of the fucking doubt.
Admit.
But even
Yes.
people who were blatantly saying that they hated Trump still had a huge Trump supportive fan base. Like Sam Harris talks about it all the time now. Even Sam Harris though, like
No,
Sam
dude.
Harris.
Did you see Devin's freakout like on stream?
Who were we talking
How he
about?
fucking Devin Tracy
No,
about how he
I-
hated his
I don't
fucking
watch
fan
Devin
base because
Tracy.
they were all Trump supporters. Man, I don't watch him either, but on his podcast, he flipped the fuck out about how his fan base is full of Trump supporters and he hates Donald Trump and he was gonna like make all of his fans look fucking stupid.
See, that's the weird thing too. I mean, I haven't watched the whole shitload of AIU videos, but I don't see how he could be really that surprised about it.
No, I don't see that either. I mean, and the thing is, I don't like, again, I think a lot of us are politically fluid, but it's like, if you look at the kind of stuff I cover, a lot of it does come across as being very right wing, or at least right leaning, and like when I'm criticizing like the crazy liberals on college campus and all those other kind of things like that. And I get that.
But that's just because anything that isn't full bore left right now is right wing.
Yeah.
Anything that isn't Noam Chomsky mixed with, I don't know, Reza Aslan is right wing now.
It definitely feels that way. And then it's like people start to expect that you're going to have a certain opinion on certain things. And they and I think that's like, what was it?
And it's a misapprehension too. It's
Yeah.
a misapprehension because if they haven't heard you speak on the issue, they shouldn't feel like they know.
Well, it's like when back in February when I did the video calling out Baked Alaska for that whole dear white people fucking nonsense.
You betrayed us, Matt.
Yeah, well, some person said to me on Twitter, clearly Matt doesn't understand or isn't in sync with his audience anymore or doesn't think like his audience anymore, and that just pissed me the fuck off. Because
Exactly.
I'm like, wait a minute, I'm my own person. I have my own opinion. I don't give a fuck if you agree with me or disagree with me. Like, clearly, I have no issue with going against the grain on a number of things.
This was in the
How have
Monday
you ever
chat
been
video,
like,
right?
this is my political stance and I'm going to force feed it down your throat, jump on board my fucking Matt train and let's go do this? You've never been that.
I've
This
never
This
done
is
that.
stuff I found on the internet. It's fucked up. What do you think? That's like every one of your videos.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, people really need to stop taking it for granted. You can agree with somebody on 99.9% of things, but you should not take for granted the fact that they're going to agree with you on that last 0.01%.
Exactly. And the thing is, I don't want people to agree with me on everything. And there are people that have messaged me and they're like, I agree with you on everything you say, and I'm all like, don't tell me that. You know,
Well, that sounds like an illness.
Matt, I have to tell you right now, it's only half the stuff that me and you agree on, but I still enjoy your content.
Cool.
And that's why I've been around for so long.
no, I appreciate that. Like, that's perfectly awesome. You know, I mean, it's
But
Shit,
like,
again,
I
am
agree
an
with
asshole,
you.
so don't take that for anything.
no, it's all good. It's all good. It's like it's just how it is. It's just, you know, we all are different people. We all have different thoughts, different experiences, and like, that is one thing that, like, when I cover like a lot of social issues, I do look at it from, like, I do honestly try to, like, look at it from somebody else's perspective, even though like I'm like upset, like I will get ticked off at stupid feminism and the shit that they put out there. I'm like, I at least try to take a second to go, why do they think this way? Like, why might they be thinking this way? You know, but then
Hey, Matt,
I think
I'll tell you why.
I think everybody should take that on board.
but here's the thing though. Here's a problem with that though. The problem is not on my end of it. The problem is, like, when you talk to somebody on the other side and you're like, I disagree with your opinion, and this doesn't matter what the other side is, you know, and then it becomes this full out fucking war. And here's the thing. I'm not perfect. I will be that other person sometimes. You know,
But they keep trying to change the conversation. They don't want to stay on the topic. They want to go to somewhere else half the time, because usually half the time they don't know what they're talking about. They found three sound bites in their ideology, and they regurgitate it over and over again for everything. They're trying to homogenize everything into whatever.
But see,
and he
that
just said it best.
and that
Everything's homophobic, everything's racist, everything's sexist. You got to point it all out.
But see, even
Well,
that
that
clip
makes
in general,
everything,
even that
all
clip
those
in general,
things.
in context.
Did-
We like to take that clip out of context for fucking humor's sake.
Yeah, that's
And-
the funny thing. I've been thinking that for a few months now. Like, I've seen that put out of context a million times lately.
Because she was in fact, like, she was describing how she
A younger
was
her.
a younger her, and that younger her though is very much echoed through her fan base, and you can tell that too. 'Cause
Yeah.
that, you know, and so
That's what I'm saying. She told us that. I'm that's literally how I'm talking about it. Is that is what feminism is the younger her, what she was describing. That is their mentality. They gotta
Yeah,
find
true.
something
That's-
wrong with everything.
That's the other side of the thing. I mean, she said that she was annoying when she was younger because she kept pointing things out. She didn't say that she changed her opinions on that, though. So I mean, it
understand
is
that, too.
it is taking that out of context, but at the same time, it isn't. No, I'm
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
co-opting what you're saying.
No,
But
and
it's-
you are
I mean-
correct. You are correct. There. I mean, if you look at how she handled, how she commented on Breath of the Wild, I mean, clearly
Yeah.
that mindset from back when she was younger and first discovered feminism and her
Still
flower
prevalent.
blossomed, you know, that still rears its ugly fucking head when
Now
this,
she only talks about it for money, though. That's
yes,
that's the difference.
difference. That's the difference.
Well,
It's
she's
like-
found more money. She doesn't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if she's necessarily found more money. I saw something
yeah.
today. There's even looking at how much money they pull in, you know, through their financials. And by the way, that's one of my favorite days of the year. When I can
Yeah.
peer through Anita Sarkeesian's fucking financials. Oh, I love it. Because
Yeah, I go to TLDR and he goes all through it with us.
yeah, I went through it pretty
Dude,
well.
does
but-
she still consider herself a nonprofit?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Even though
Really?
for the most
Yes.
part, she has probably violated everything to do with
Nonprofits,
with the
nonprofits
nonprofit-
are fluid, dog.
She definitely has a tax shelter somewhere.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah,
pretty
she's-
fucking crazy to me. Because like, she just very obviously isn't a nonprofit, and that's been made clear to pretty much everyone. And wasn't she like under investigation at one point?
I
No.
think people have like, well, her being under investigation is a lot
She's
of times
being
kind of
audited.
boiled down to independent investigations, like the Sarkeesian effect.
Matt, have we funded one of these?
Oh, have I funded one of them? No,
Yeah,
never funded.
it's a new Patreon project.
No. I didn't even fund the Sarkeesian effect. I talked to him about it, and I promoted it promoted them, but I never actually gave any money because I didn't have any at the time to give. That was why.
What the fuck happened to that?
Okay, so here's the tale
Sarkeesian.
of the Sarkeesian effect. This movie, man, this movie had the opportunity to do good, to do fucking good. All right, but
Hillary Clinton sent some of her advisors her
No,
way.
well, what happened was, you had two guys who thought they could come together to work on an idea, right? You had Davis Arini and Jordan Owen, and Davis Arini, well, he's a character. He's very much alt-right, by the way, and so he has this idea to be. He's a vision to be the filmmaker. It was Jordan's idea. Davis sold Jordan on the idea that Davis could be a filmmaker, right? And so they put together this Patreon. I mean, literally, they dropped their Patreon. I knew about the Sarkeesian Effect like 2 weeks before they dropped it, and they dropped it. Originally, they announced it right after the conspiracy had happened when I got DMCA'd. So like they were already prepping it, and then this event happened, and that was like the perfect spring off, like launching pad for this project. And so they're working on this movie, and it started falling apart, like right off the bat. They poorly invested their money in gear. Like as far as I know, like Davis took gear from his film campus or film class in fucking Canada or some such shit. And they were mostly using it to like pay their rent, pay their bills while they were making the movie, which I don't fault them for. I don't fault them for because, you know, it takes like 4 or 5 months to do these sort of things. You have expenses. Right?
Yeah, I mean, if you have expenses that actually need to be paid and the money's there, it's kind of hard to, you know, to say,
and so
no, I can't use
get
this.
That. I totally understand that. But when they started shooting it, and they had actually asked me to be in the movie, and at the time I had turned them down. And I'm still glad I turned them down. But it started falling apart when Davis and Jordan started butting heads over how they wanted to proceed. And it eventually got to the point of where the whole project basically collapsed. They had to get a mediator. That particular bit failed. Then they came to an agreement. I think Davis wanted to get like a payout. He wanted to get bought out of it. And Jordan sat down and Jordan edited the rest of the documentary and turned it into a 3-hour documentary of talking heads. And he screened it in a theater, of which I give him absolute credit for doing that. He followed through to that end.
Shia LaBeouf bought a ticket.
Well, the thing is, he sent me a screener copy to review, and I couldn't get through it. I made it an hour, and I was bored to tears.
Upload it.
I think you can already get it. I think it's on. I think you can get it on Vimeo for free at this point.
Oh, by the way, is the Red Pill available for stream yet?
The Red Pill is available to, I think, rent.
I have it on Amazon.
I watched the Red Pill. I like the Red Pill quite a bit. I think Cassie did a great job.
How much is it? How much is it to watch it? I'll look it up. Forget it.
Yeah, I mean, she sent me. I hit her up on Facebook because we're friends on Facebook from like long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I remember Sargon got into some drama with those guys, but that's all I
it was
really.
is like Sargon.
Well, that was about his game development, right? Like he called them out, and then they went after him about.
There was the game development thing was from another YouTuber / journalist on our side who had a real hate boner for Sargon and wrote these like 3 like manifesto length fucking articles about him trying to pinpoint out
Anders Breivik.
No.
Sounds like it.
It's a guy named Varlo, I think is his name.
Oh, not far off.
And so yeah, so that guy went after him and shit, and he was trying to like. My personal take on it was the guy was trying to get his website popular, right? I think he's trying to like go after Sargon, take down the big fish, and then get everyone to go to his website. But the website was like poorly formatted and looked like fucking 1998 GeoCities, and it just was bad. But
like a fire. What were those pages? Angel Fire.
Angel Fire, yeah.
Angel Fire was one of them, yeah.
Yeah, what was the one that started with an L? It was like
Lycos or something. No, Lycos was yeah.
Not Lycos, but it was something like that, like Live something, or not like I don't know. Doesn't
Live? No, not Live Journal. Live Journal was a different thing. Yeah, I know what you're talking about though. Those pages were fucking hilarious. They took like 5 minutes to make an entire web page.
You know, I actually one time I won a competition for building a website in GeoCities. Like I literally,
really?
It was like 20. It was like I think it was like a $25 like check that I won.
That's not too bad.
No, I was in I was a senior in high school. I'd moved to San Diego. I I had to take a fucking after school geography class, right? And my teacher was like, "Oh, well, we're all trying to learn how to build websites. So why don't you guys build a website about your topic and then everything?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, I want to do it from home, so I don't want to be here in class." So she let me work on it from home, and I used GeoCities to build this like kind of like paranormal activity or paranormal sighting fucking, like there, like there'd be links to pages for like Bigfoot, the Yeti, Loch Ness monster, and they'd be like little kind of like mini wikis with pictures and shit, and then I'll have like MIDI fucking sound playing in the background. And then I didn't
Yeah.
know, but she actually submitted it to like some competition for like excellence in like reporting or fucking whatever the shit it was. Like, so I ended up winning, and I got a check in the mail randomly for $25. I was like, awesome. I went to the
That's
strip
right.
club.
That's right.
You went to a strip club in high school? Sorry.
No, this is after high school. I had already graduated high school and then was given the money afterward, and I didn't have a job back then, so I felt I was deserving of a good time. So $25 at a strip club. How far does that get you? It doesn't.
Nothing. 25 bucks.
It gets you nothing. Actually, I got.
I get a blowjob for that much.
My very first time going to a strip club, I did not quite know the rules and etiquette of it, and so I got a lap dance from this girl, and then she was like,
Oh, you touched. You touched.
No, I didn't touch. But she's like, "Do you want another one? Do you want another one?" And I'm all like, "Yeah." And I got like 3 or 4 fucking dances, and she's like, "Okay, that's $100." And I'm like, "Listen."
What?
I just told her, I said, "Listen, ma'am, I don't have that kind of money. I've got $30 in my pocket. That's all I've got. I lost track of time. I'm very sorry." And she's like, she looks at me, and I must have just looked like the most pathetic fucking person ever. So I was 18, and like newly
Wait.
minted 18-year-old, and she's like, that's fine. Just give me the $30 and get the fuck out of here. I'm like, okay. I'm just be at the car.
And then as you're walking out, you go, "Can you throw in a blowjob?"
No. I was way too nervous for that back then. But
Yeah.
But I mean, it was like one of those things. Like in San Diego, there are strip clubs everywhere. There's like, lots of stories from places like that.
Shit. I'm gonna go, so I'll see you guys.
All right, man.
See you later, man.
All right, bye. Yeah, he's gonna wake up in the morning for watching news. He's gonna have something about Star Wars.
No, there's
Yeah.
I mean, even I myself have to be up in like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
I should.
Oh, shit.
GAMA has Daisy Ridley and Mark Hamill's gonna do some special announcement.
Oh
the
yeah,
morning.
because Star Wars Celebration's happening this week.
Yeah, there's a morning tomorrow. Minute, your hour. It's gonna have some morning announcement like in the morning
Let me see.
on the news. On the news, gonna have Mark Hamill said it,
Yeah.
and
I'll have to let's see here. I'll jump over to the Star Wars subreddit. See if anything's up here. Someone made a Rogue
Hello?
One VHS tape. That's fucking great. I don't know. I think they're gonna do. Okay, so there is a last panel happening on the 14th. So it's all the end of the week and shit. But I know something at Good Morning America. They're gonna.
yeah,
be on
Good Morning America. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you
Good
know,
Morning's
like,
gonna have something.
but you know, they're not gonna like actually fucking. Like they're not gonna reveal a trailer. Okay, I see. Good Morning America to unveil huge Star Wars announcement.
Yeah, big announcement. Yeah, for 40 anniversary. 40th anniversary.
I fucking hate comicbook.com. God damn it. It's like
Yeah.
every time it's always like it's always
It's on there.
Yeah, I know. I'm reading the article right now, but they always have like autoplay on their videos and shit. Like I don't fucking care. But actually, let's see here. 2:30. You want to talk about video games? Actually, I think it's 3 hours of this. I think I probably should head to bed.
Yeah. All right.
So let's see. But yeah, everyone, thanks for
It's all good, man. It's all good.
uh,
Nice talking to you, man.
Yeah, you too. You too. I will. I will talk with everyone later. Let me just kind of get ready to close out the stream here. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming on in. I will talk to
Yeah,
you all later and have
next
a good
time.
one. Peace out.